fucking shit. God.
Pajablist. There, well, now that you've checked your speakers on YouTube.
Just making sure the audio's working.
Sure.
Explosion!
All the DBs right in your face, right there.
Wait, what?
Databases.
Yep.
DBs.
DBs.
Defensive backs?
Yep. Those two.
Deebs. God damn.
Oh,
Man, that
good.
is one hell of a blast of natural and artificial tropical lime flavor.
damn right.
Damn.
So good, am I right?
So good. Thanks for providing the refreshments, Chuck and Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Chuckin' Mountain Dew.
New Chuck and Do
Man,
From the
I
makers
of the BMFcast.
Oh, it'll be pumpkin flavored Mountain Dew. Chuckin' Mountain Dew.
Pumpkin Chuck.
Chuckin' Mountain
Pumpkin
Dew.
Spice Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Oh,
white
there you
girls.
go.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No.
Thanks a lot, white girls.
Yep.
What are we blaming white girls for now?
Everything.
Everything.
Oh, okay.
Bullshit.
Ruin everything.
Man, is this really episode 270?
Yes.
Yeah.
How the
Hey, you
We're
said
old.
70.
how the fuck?
How the fuck indeed.
Totally.
Tweeted.
Good job.
Twitter.com.
Sign in to chat.
Are you signed in?
I'm working on it.
Yes, retweet this to my followers, motherfucker. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it.
Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Tweet that shit.
Maybe some jokes.
Put that shit on. Hey.
Hey.
So,
All right. Mute. Buttons.
we conclude.
This week on
Our theme
BMFcast,
month.
we BMFcast once
With
again.
Another
A movie.
Amazing movie.
Amazing.
Come check out
Easy.
the live stream
Come and check
Totally.
right now.
Birds in the house.
Yeah, I see that. It's Mr. Like the Bird to you.
What's up, Mr. Bird?
What's the word? Word.
BMFcast is the word.
Oh.
The password is shut the fuck up.
That's not the password.
Terrible password.
That's not a very
You
good
should
password.
change your password.
Yeah.
Need to
No,
use-
it's good. It's a phrase instead of because that's the thing.
Yeah, but
Oh,
you-
passphrase?
Yeah, you have to use a phrase. Now.
So we
what I
use
hear.
a two-factor authentication as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Always.
Yes.
Man, you don't?
The passphrase.
Boy,
is,
that's just silly.
Shut the fuck up. Your confirmation code will be emailed to you.
big boy.
No, I don't use two-factor authentication. Hack me.
Good.
Well,
I apparently do. I just got a confirmation code.
What'd you confirm?
you've now been hacked.
No idea.
Confirm
Yes.
the hacking.
Hack confirmed.
We've also taken control of your phone now, too.
Hack
Thanks for that.
confirmed.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So,
Yeah.
guys?
Yeah. Hey,
how's it
guys.
going?
Pretty good.
Hey, guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
We're here to do,
Guys, if you like my channel,
yeah.
click like and subscribe.
Hey, look below for a subscribe link.
Yeah, click this button over
Yeah.
here.
Click this
And then
button.
click these buttons over here.
This button.
Click my button. Click my button.
We should actually put boxes there that take us to something else.
No, we shouldn't.
No, it's totally just wherever we were
Yeah,
pointing.
where
Just-
we were pointing.
They
Just put that
lead,
right there.
No, they just lead right back to
To
the
the
video.
beginning.
yes.
Or no, to that
To the
timestamp
timestamp,
right
yeah.
where it
Yeah.
starts.
Then we just get extra
click,
revenue
click,
stream
click.
money. Just all the money.
Check out my
we should totally
Patreon.
do that.
yeah, I'm gonna.
We have to stop making fun of Patreon for when we actually do that.
I've never made fun of Patreon.
Oh. They're all over there like, my Patreon
Yeah,
brings all the boys to the yard.
It does.
I'm just well. If we're on YouTube, we have to mention our Patreon.
Right.
That's how YouTube works.
You have to like,
You have to
rate,
tell people like,
review,
subscribe.
Submit to my
subscribe,
Patreon.
and give us money.
Yeah.
Submit to my Patreon.
The subscriptions do nothing, right? I mean, that's just like that they get to come back and
They get notified that
there's new content.
They
content.
can get
Yeah.
notifications, and
which they
and
ignore
it gets
because it goes to their spam filter.
Sure.
it gets some priority on your.
It does.
on your
Like when you go to
homepage.
my YouTube.
Well, basically,
Yeah.
you just
up
click
there.
your subscriptions.
Yeah.
And then
It lets
gives you a
YouTube
list
know
of
that
all the
we're
newest
influencers,
videos.
Right.
And we're
Yeah.
tastemakers.
Right.
Like for example, I have
I-
9,000
I-
subscribers.
I make taste all the time.
my
No, you
videos get
don't.
500 hits, so
Wow.
it's super effective.
So, well, half of your subscribers watch your videos. So you need.
no, not 4,500 views, 500 views.
You said you have 1,000 subscribers.
9,000
Oh,
subscribers.
9. Oh,
Is it over 9,000?
Yes, it's over 9,000.
Well, maybe your content sucks.
Well, that's a given. Huh?
I'm so glad
Am
that
I
we're
right?
dissecting how
Click
the
my
internet
box,
works.
yo.
Yeah.
Ha.
Haha. That's what she said.
Hey, I've been doing a podcast a year. Let me tell you all about how to do your podcast.
Okay. Should we not do one?
What you do is you talk into a microphone. You record it,
You gather it all up.
and then you post it on the internet.
Wow.
You should also keep it below 15 minutes and only do it once a year.
Yes. Yes. Half of that is ads.
Yeah, you got to have your 6-minute plug for Audible.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's some sort of
Well, you-
online gambling bullshit.
5-minute pre-roll.
Squarespace.
16
Let me
seconds,
tell you about
16 seconds of
Squarespace.
content.
Yes. Half of that is introductions.
Have that as introduction.
And your outro.
Well, no, because you got to do 5 minutes of 5 minutes of your pre-roll,
Right.
and then 17 seconds of introductions, 4 seconds of content, 17 more seconds of going to break, then your mid-roll.
Okay, right, the mid-roll.
But-
then you got to do mid-roll is at least 15 minutes, and you got to come back.
I got a
And
little
that's-
mid-roll.
Yeah, I know. You should probably put that do in.
That's what she said.
What? You just gonna keep saying that?
Then
It's appropriate.
Oh, yeah. Isn't it?
Well,
you talk about your weekends,
Yep.
and then outro, and then your post-roll.
yeah.
Okay.
The most important part is in between those rolls,
Yeah.
you have to talk over each other.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, everybody
yeah, that's
has to
probably
be
a good
talking
idea
at the same
because
time.
if we didn't do
Oh,
that,
right.
then no one would
I mean,
understand.
yeah,
our
no
point.
one will-
Obviously,
Wait,
we-
wait, How can you all make your point
If
if
you
you
don't
don't
talk
talk
over
over
each
each
other,
other?
then you'll never
I
be
mean,
able to get
obviously.
anything done.
We're so sorry.
The amount of concentration it takes to do that is. These people
not
must
that-
be
but
geniuses.
It's not that hard because I don't
No.
listen to you. I just
Well,
But you gotta
normally I
understand.
don't listen
Right,
to you,
exactly, yeah.
but it's
That's
a
how
different
you
kind of tuning
establish
out.
dominance.
But it's not listening to you and talking at the same time.
It's kind of like a Twitter reply thread. Like if you're the one who stops first,
Right.
you lose. So that's why when somebody else is talking, you don't see the point. You don't go, "Oh, go ahead." You just keep going.
Right.
You got
Yeah.
to barrel through. And if they keep talking, you
That's
just
why our
talk faster
podcast
and
isn't
louder.
successful. Donate to our Patreon.
.tumblr.com.
Yes.
Yes, you'll
You
find it
also
on
do your Tumblr.
Tumblr.
Oh shit!
Are you going to register donate to my
Maybe.
Patreon?
Of course he is.
Donate
Yeah, why not?
to my Patreon.
You're actually.
I did-
I
I did
want you
ca-
to know you're basically like a .com squatter of Tumblr.
Yeah, I
'cause
am.
You just
Oh, yeah.
register these and then
Yeah, I did Kevin James falling down. .tumblr.com.
Sure.
Nice, good work.
It's just going to be animated gifs of Kevin James falling down.
Oh, so
No, it isn't.
every gift.
No, it isn't.
like
Kevin
tears in the rain.
It'll
Time
actually
to
just
die.
be him sitting on a couch.
Time to die. Anyway,
Did Paul Blart ever make it above 0% Rotten Tomatoes?
must have. There's a 2.
Well, I'm talking about the second
Oh,
one. Was at
well,
0 for
okay.
quite
Oh
a
no,
while.
that movie's sport to Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
They're like, if any fucker ruins our 0% on this,
Well,
you
I'm
are
sure Armand
banished
White
from-
told. Will
Oh, I'm
tell
sure.
us
Yes,
how
it was
it's-
about the struggle of humanity and all that bullshit.
I love Armand White.
Fuck
I
that
love
guy.
him.
What?
Donate to my Patreon.
.tumblr.com. Visit me on donate to my Patreon.tumblr.com.
Where there will be 0 content that you should give him money for.
and no links to donate anywhere.
Never. Never. Okay.
Woo!
God, I can't remember. What was the link I sent you earlier today, Harlow? I have
World's Greatest Critic? Something like that?
Oh, me?
Oh, my God.
It was something like just, World's Greatest Movie Critic.
It stinks.
Yes, it is. This is it. This is a website in the year 2015.
Let's plug it. What is it? What's the exact verbiage?
Oh, check that out.
It is worldsgreatestcritic.com.
World's Greatest Critic.
is it tongue-in-cheek?
Just feel free to go there. We're going to quadruple this guy's views. It's updated up as of last year, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
As of 2014. He does have a donate button. That's what made me think of that.
Oh, there you go. Obviously,
I
it didn't
sent-
go well.
I sent him
It
$10.
matrix texts in.
Did you really?
Oh
Yeah.
man.
No.
No, of course not.
I will. I
At,
promise.
at first,
You're
he
right.
showed me this, and I was
It's like an MDA
okay,
pledge.
well,
You found
that's
some old website.
That's a thing. You found an old thing, but then I started, and I was like, okay, so it's updated. And I had to read the reviews because and they read exactly like you would think someone that would design that webpage and go, "This is good," would read.
Wait.
Oh, this. Oh,
Is this as FAQ section?
yeah.
Nice.
I don't like to snipe people on the internet that don't know me.
All right.
Go on.
But when you name your site worldsgreatestcritic.com,
Sure.
Yeah.
you're kind of asking for it.
A
Oh.
little bit, yeah.
Man, this guy gets asked a lot of questions on a repeated basis. Holy fucking shit.
Those are just the voices in his head.
It's 134 frequently asked questions.
Man,
Jesus.
That's a lot of frequent
I think this is bullshit. I think this might be bullshit.
I don't know.
I think it is. I think it's a little bit of bullshit.
I don't know, but
Really, Steve like the Bird? Ed Harris? Like,
Who's Ed Harris?
dude's verbose, man.
well, just briefly talk about the filmography of Ed Harris.
Oh.
You have a lot to say about Ed Harris?
Yeah. He never had hair.
All right. No, I'm just curious. I mean,
When-
don't get
More
me wrong.
like hairless.
Whenever you need a guy at Mission Control,
Yeah.
Ed Harris is your guy at
Put a
Mission
vest
Control.
on that motherfucker.
Well, no. I mean, there's nothing against Ed Harris. It's just I'm trying to figure out how you have a lot to say about Ed Harris. Like, he's solid, but
Oh,
not
yeah.
volumes of talking about kind of person. He's just like, we need a solid guy.
Ed Harris is a known
pretty
quantity.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Ed Harris is always playing that same character, but it's a good character.
Yeah. He was good in Milk Money.
That's what she said.
Milk Money. It's a movie.
It is. Yeah. You're goddamn right it is, Chuck. Milk Money.
Do we ever? Are we going to light this candle ever? I'm not pushing. I'm just asking.
No, we're just so
is
much
all
Patreon
Patreon.
content.
Okay, great. Okay, good. That's fine. That's fine. I'm good. Let's keep it rolling. Big money. No whammies.
No whammies.
yeah.
Ever the whammies.
Now loosen up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loosen up the diaphragm.
Oh, that's what she said.
The arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
Please keep saying that throughout the show.
No. And once the show starts, I stop being funny. You know how this works.
Oh,
Chuck.
right. I'm sorry. I forgot.
That's the rule for everybody. Don't forget it.
No more jokes.
Don't be funny.
Yes.
.tumblr.com.
I mean, don't start now. I mean, there's no reason to start now, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
We save our funny for off the air stuff.
Right.
For Patreon content. That's
Yes,
so that
that's
people.
where the
That's
jokes
why.
are.
Yeah.
We got to get serious about this movie.
We go, you think this isn't funny? Just wait until you donate.
Until we clap, we hit the little button, and then we just start talking, and all the non-funny comes out.
It's like we're holding the funny ransom.
we are.
Ooh, good idea.
Yeah.
Coming this summer, Melissa McCarthy in Funny Ransom.
Holding the funny.
That movie will be a
ransom.
tragedy because the funny will never come.
I know.
shit.
It's actually, it's like, it would be produced by
Quick.
Andy Kaufman if you were still alive.
I need to register Melissa McCarthy falling down. at Tumblr.com. I forgot that.
I'll
one.
race you.
And then register Melissa McCarthy and Kevin James falling down for the inevitable time they're in a movie together.
Oh, boy.
I'm amazed that hasn't happened yet.
I know.
I guess they don't have enough falling down to. There's not enough.
They
falling
should make
down
a
to go
remake
around.
of Falling Down.
Yeah, and they both just fall down.
Kevin James in Falling Down. What are you telling me? I can't get breakfast. It's 10:34.
Do you really
falls
want it? Do you really want it? Do you
What,
want?
but
It's your chance.
you can have that
say
one.
that you want it.
I don't
okay.
want to have to make animated gifs of her falling down.
No, I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm just
No, of
you're
course
just
he's
gonna
not going
squat
to do
it on
anything with it.
if I actually did anything with this 19 Tumblr blogs that I've created,
Yeah.
I would not have time for anything else.
I don't know. Yeah, I really, you can put some work into Meat Tub. I would really appreciate some work into Meat Tub. Not just the one post on
I have
Meat
put
Tub.
all the work that needs to be put into MeatTub.
No, you haven't.
What is
you
post-
have not gone out and bought a bunch of meat and put it in a tub yet.
No, but I
is
have a
posted
picture of
on meattub.com.
Look, I'll show you.
Tumblr.com.
I can look.
Show the world. Put
I
it on
can
the.
I could
Meat tub.
Tum.
I even made a theme for it. Well, I didn't make a theme, but I
Sure, you chose one.
chose a theme for it.
It's not a tub. It's.
Yeah, that's a tub.
It's a bin.
It's not a
bin.
bathtub, but
That's
it's a tub.
bin.
You can call that a tub.
I wouldn't call
When
it.
I think of a meat
When
tub,
I-
I think of a
You-
bath.
when I did a
Meat
Google-
tub?
Yeah,
When I did a Google image search for meat tub,
Yeah.
that's what came up.
that was
Okay.
dangerous. You shouldn't have done
know.
that.
You living on
Yeah.
the edge.
I'm on some lists. I've seen some shit.
Yeah, I
But-
bet you have.
Literal. Yeah.
Yes, in a tub with a girl.
Sea beams glistening. Tannhauser Gate.
Ah,
Time to
Tubs
die.
full of meat.
stop.
Time to die.
I've seen ribeyes firing off the shoulder of Orion.
Should we do a podcast?
No.
No, this is Tumblr cast.
I vote podcast.
Melissa
right.
McCarthy falling down to Tumblr.com.
All right, I'm going to clap it. Someone make with the button pushing.
Chuck?
I'm not going to lie. I was looking at a telescoping thing with one of those little styluses. I'm like, oh, I
Like
need
a
some
selfie
duct tape.
stick?
Yeah, selfie stick.
Oh, I actually saw one this weekend.
Pokey.
Oh,
a pokey.
Did
stick.
you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I hope that guy recovers.
I had an idea to go at One Spark to go around with bolt cutters, and just every time you see a selfie stick, just
Yeah.
lop off. Yeah, you should take that idea and run with it, BMFcast fans.
Yeah,
Don't-
just randomly attack other people's properties.
yeah, it's a good idea.
Oh, totally good.
Those people aren't people.
He's got a point. What did you just do?
What are we these days?
Sorry.
It's the most amateur, third-rate
Turtle power.
horseshit. That's right.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey,
BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Episode 270.
Hey, Nintendo. What?
Nope.
Nope.
No? Oh, okay.
So
All right.
far removed
Never
from
going
that.
to stop.
So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
And I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of the BMFcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie.
Yeah.
We come in here and talk about it for the first half. Yeah. We rate them. You know, good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1-5 jocks. This is Robot Jocks.
Hey, Robot Jocks.
Hooray. And the bad movies is to stay away. They get a negative sliding scale. 1 to 5 bags and douchebags after Twilight.
Gross.
Exhausting.
Boo.
Worst.
So, here we are. It's April.
Yeah.
The theme months.
Yeah. Kid and Playpril.
Kid and Playpril. April. APER. And April Fools. But
No,
now-
it's Kid and Playpril.
I don't think it is.
What are those other things?
I don't know. Because I think it's time for April O'Neil.
Yay! Turtle power, motherfuckers.
God damn it. Yeah.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
1990s Teenage
April.
Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Right.
Get it?
April.
Starring
April.
April O'Neil.
April. Yeah.
Yeah, get it?
Yeah.
Because her name is April, and it's April.
Oh, I thought it was something else.
Nope.
Nope.
It's the month of April,
Yeah, it was
and
April
the character's
Fools.
name is April.
O'Neil.
Huh.
Yep.
I have to reevaluate my life.
We've been doing it all month. I don't know where
Yeah, I don't
you've
know.
been.
Have you not watched all the other April O'Neil movies?
I just
You
got
just
it.
got it. Okay.
I just
Oh.
got it. That it's.
It was a little heady.
It-
It was.
It's a difficult one to kind of suss out. I've been
Sure.
huffing a lot of glue.
I
Okay.
understand. How about we do a plot summary for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Huh?
How about you do it?
I think I will this time.
You should. You're best at it.
A group of mutated turtle warriors must emerge from the shadows to protect New York City from an uprising criminal gang of ninjas.
Ninja.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah? Is it?
So, Teenage Mutant Turtles- let's just go ahead and get it out of the way. Bring your comments. Like,
Excuse me?
we're doing this movie. Deal with it. Like, let the sunglasses fall from the ceiling. We are bad movie fiends, and we are doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Come on, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Internet Defense Force.
Come at us, bro.
I'm right here.
We're-
And also listen to the end of the episode. You know, let's try something new on the internet. Let's see what we have to say before we criticize.
Right. Skip to the end.
Yeah.
And just listen to the rating.
I'm just saying. Let's
Uh-huh.
let's talk about this
Okay.
before we
Let's.
get all up in arms and put your pitchforks and torches down. We're going to talk about this movie.
All right. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Come on, guys. Let's wrap up.
Also, kindly remove your nostalgia glasses and set them aside for a moment.
We will be attempting to do that. So,
Yeah.
So,
This movie rules!
fuck yeah, turtles!
I like turtles.
I like turtles too.
I like turtles.
I also like this movie.
Yeah, well, we don't do that part yet. We talk about the whole.
Yeah, we
Oh,
gotta
I was
get-
ready to
No,
rate
no,
it.
no, no. We got to let them skip ahead.
Right.
Can we talk
right.
about the cast?
We would love to talk about the cast.
April O'Neil.
Sam Rockwell's in this.
Yes.
That's skipping a little far
That
down
is
on the
correct.
cast. Yes,
No.
but you're correct.
Well, I mean, it's...
Oscar winner
Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell
Yeah.
as Thug number 1.
Head Thug.
Head Thug.
Head Thug.
Head Thug.
Yeah, his first name Head, last name Thug.
Head Thug. He was born.
In the
Heed
USA.
Thug now. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah, and then a cast.
yes, a cast. There
And
are people in
Sam
this movie.
Rockwell.
There are people in this
Featured
movie.
player
Name
Sam Rockwell.
one.
Elias Codius.
Eh.
He's a dude. He's like a good.
You're right.
Actor.
He is a dude.
He's a good actor.
Okay.
All right.
He is. He was in the Thin Red Line.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah. He was in the other Crash. The one about car crashes and not racism.
Yeah.
Oh, the one about where people fuck each other
Right.
like wounds
Fucking
and
in
shit.
car crashes,
Yeah.
not racism.
Car fucking.
Yeah.
The
What?
movie.
That's
I have
pretty
not-
good. You don't want to. Just put it out of your head right now. Don't search for it.
No,
Nope.
I'm not.
It's Cronenberg.
It's Cronenberg. What do you expect?
Well,
Roseanne Arquette, leg braces. It's all good. Anyway, there's some other
Yeah.
people in this movie.
So, Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles.
Right.
Well, the voice of Elmo is Splinter. Mm-hmm. If that means anything to anybody.
Kevin
Voice
Clash.
of
Kevin Clash.
Elmo is Splinter.
Yeah.
That was
Anywho.
almost a Baja travesty.
Oh, and Corey Feldman is Donatello. And there's some other people in the
yes.
Okay.
movie. Anywho,
Yeah.
this movie.
Yeah.
Where to start?
Credits.
With the beginning.
That's a good place.
Isn't it? Starts with basically a newscast.
It is. It's-
April O'Neil telling us how terrible.
It's like let's go through kind of shitty New York, and meanwhile we'll continue the audio of the news flash, but occasionally see her on TV as we're going through as young people are committing crimes on the streets of New York.
Yeah, crimes.
Yeah, like people get their TV stolen while they're watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they turn for a second and it's gone.
Pockets are picked.
Wallets are stolen through complicated.
Yeah, and pass through
Fireman's
like 19,
Brigade.
19 different people.
Well, do
Yeah.
you see how they hadn't been caught? I mean, this is probably why they had layers of
Oh, sure. It was a well thought
ninja-like
out plan.
stealth as they stole things and
All those VCRs and
TVs.
used TVs.
yeah.
It's a good plan.
That
All right.
poor, like,
I'm not
she-
arguing.
Well, I mean,
You're all
I
like,
will
you're all
argue
like
with-
used TVs.
I will argue with stealing like the old lady's TV.
Yeah.
She's sitting out on her fire escape knitting.
That's all that lady has
Right.
is her TV.
You shouldn't steal that TV.
No, that was
Well, they're
ridiculous.
bad people.
Even in
shouldn't have
80s
fucked with the shredder.
Even in 80s New York. Yeah, I'm
The
sure
old
she
lady
was
should
late
not
on
have-
her shredder payments or whatever. I
Yes.
don't know how this world
Or
works.
shredder protection.
Right.
He's a lone shredder.
Yeah.
He wasn't
so
alone. He had like 1,000 kids there. Shredder's a pedophile.
Yes.
That's a leap of logic.
I'm going to
not
go with
willing to take.
cult leader, but all right. Yeah.
He's got like 1,000 kids like tricked into his.
So do NBA players.
They're also bad. Well, no, they have 1,000 kids
Whoa.
because they birthed 1,000, not birthed, but they fathered 1,000 kids.
Gross.
What the hell is happening here? Are you talking about this movie?
Wait, no, we're
that's-
starting our movie of an army of NBA
Yeah.
kids versus the stolen shredder kids, and they fight.
Oh my God, it's like Space Jam meets Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'll
Huh?
be back. Gotta write that movie. See ya.
yeah, 90s, yo.
Teenage Mutant
Anyway,
Hero
just
Turtles.
Anyway, there's some crime happening.
The crime is that that movie hasn't been made.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's a crime wave.
Crime wave.
The kids are the crimers. The city of New York is the crimey.
oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
crimey, all over.
It is
Just
very.
a lot of criming.
It is very crimey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and eventually the newscast ends, and April O'Neil is done with her thing, and she's heading out to her car.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or her van, her shitty old van, where everyone is just kind of stealing everything off the news truck, and then they decide, hey, her purse needs to be next.
Well, and also let's shut her up so she can't rat us out or whatever.
Well, they weren't really shutting her up yet. This was just, hey, lady, purse.
I guess.
Yeah.
I got the impression they were going to rough her up. I mean, the guy
Oh, they
pulls
were
out the
gonna rough her
switchblade.
Yeah.
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 They were going to rough her up.
This is the first time we hear the turtles, but don't see them. Because they are able to defeat all of these thugs, tie them up, and then the cops, amazingly, have shown up instantly. Which makes you wonder about how crime happens if the cops are there within, like, literally 20 seconds of the crime happening.
Yeah.
Well, there was
Usually
there
they're
was a
so
commotion.
fast and quiet.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a turtle commotion.
And the turtles probably called the police on their cell phones.
Probably.
There were not cell phones in 1990.
Oh yeah, they
At
were.
least the turtles did not have them.
Yeah,
that we
sure?
saw.
They lived in a sewer.
So
Yeah.
They're radioactively altered.
Oh, they use cellular.
Cellular phones. I can't.
you.
I can't be here any longer.
You son of a bitch. I can't believe I even set you up for that, you asshole.
You're welcome. Yeah, but yes, they retreat back down to the sewer, and Raphael is looking on because he's left his sai. It was throwing knife, if you will,
Yeah.
pointy knife thing on behind, and April O'Neil sees it, picks it up, puts it in her purse, and he's like, oh, well, literally, he's damn.
Damn.
And cut to kind of 90s intro music as they're kind of they're going through the sewer and saying their their catchphrases and celebrating about beating the muggers. And this is where
we get the
credits,
smash of the logo, which is the cartoon logo that everyone's used to. And then after that is the first time we see the turtles, which we got to give credit to the puppeteers and the costuming in this, because that stuff holds up pretty well. Yes.
And the also the actors inside the suits, because apparently that was like a living nightmare to be inside those like 70-pound suits and all the other.
They made
shit.
it look effortless.
well, it's all Henson tech.
Yes.
I mean, so yeah, they did good. I mean, considering what they needed to go for, it's kind of ambitious. Like not only we have to make these things not look like nightmare fuel like the Garbage Pail Kids, but we also need to be able to have them like somewhat believably flip and kick and do ninja shit. So
this script direction. And then they just flip and fight and do ninja shit.
right,
Yeah.
that's a tall order on
Leave the
what
rest
was
up to the fight
an
choreographers.
independent movie.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, this movie basically made New Line Cinemas.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, they had some Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
okay, that's right. Yeah, they got the later ones, didn't they? Yeah.
No, they did all of them.
All of them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
But
I
that
think-
was it
Pretty much, yeah.
up until then.
yeah,
They did Man's Best Friend.
Well, this movie made them a shitload of money.
Oh, yeah, it did. Yeah, because it cost like $10 million and made like $150 million.
Yeah. It was like number 4 for that year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was up there. Anywho, yeah. So we're at the credits. They're partying. They go back to the lair, the turtle lair, and hang out with Splinter. And of course, like most sensei type moments, he's basically kind of dressing them down. Like, yeah, all right, you did okay, kids, but don't get too full of yourself. I mean, it's kind of your typical situation like that, where the master's like, chill, like you did all right, but just remember your training and don't get too ahead of yourselves.
Right.
Good job, kid. Don't get cocky.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And that will continue on in the Star Wars vein of this movie.
Yeah, and there's a lot of jokes.
There are jokes.
Joking.
There are some jokes.
All the joking
They order
time.
some pizza, of course, because that's what Ninja Turtles do. From Domino's, sponsor of the movie.
Domino's and Pepsi and
Same company, I believe.
I don't know if they
No,
were
that's not
then.
Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut's the
Pizza Hut and
Domino's,
Pepsi
yeah.
are the conglomerate.
Yep. Anywho, but yeah, so they
They dance.
They dance. They go order some pizza, which has to be delivered to something and 1/8, which is basically the sewer grate, and
within 30 minutes, or it's $3 off.
Yeah.
Which is didn't they
that
do
was the later thing. It used to be free. And
and then people got in car accidents and
right.
Yeah.
And so it was just a discount. Now they're just like, hey, fuck you. That'll take an hour.
Yeah. Just you'll eat your pizza when we goddamn deliver it to you.
Yep.
Domino's.
Domino's, whatever.
Chuck from Domino's marketing department.
That one's for
Domino's, the
you guys.
Applebee's of pizza.
Yeah.
It probably won't kill you.
No.
Yeah.
These are all free, Domino's.
Domino's, because nowhere else would deliver to your shitty apartment. Domino's.
Yep.
Domino's. We don't mind getting stabbed.
Don't make
Domino's.
us arm ourselves.
Sitting on the porch playing dominoes?
Domino's. Domino's.
Yeah.
Our employees are expendable. Domino's.
Yeah. Pretty much all of these.
Yeah.
This is your new marketing campaign. So yes, they order some Domino's, which gets delivered to a
Domino's.
sewer. We deliver to a sewer.
It is also,
Domino's.
I will note, delivered by one of the in-costume actors.
Yes.
Domino's. Fit for a sewer. Domino's.
It's true. It does fit right into that sewer, too.
Domino's. Class up your sewer.
Domino's.
Domino's. Tastes better than a sewer.
Domino's. What else are you going to eat in a sewer? Domino's.
I just
Those are
want to
free.
say I've had
Those
Domino's
are
pizza
free.
recently, and it was okay.
Oh, no.
Domino's.
Domino's.
I just
It
fine.
was so-
It's
Domino's.
fine.
It's Chuck fine. Domino's.
Oh, there's your ad. Nailed it.
Yeah. There it is.
Wipe the whiteboard. We're done.
Racist.
Okay. Anywho.
So, yeah. So the turtles eat pizza
Yeah.
from Domino's.
They also slice it,
Well,
throw it in the
yeah, there was that.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, Raphael's the wet blanket of this fucking movie. I mean, so he's like, I lost my side. Damn. Shit, damn. Oh, man. Nobody loves me. I'm going to a movie. And they're all like, hanging out and having fun and having pizza.
Splinter's like, where are you going, Raphael? And he's like, you're not my real dad. I'm going to a movie.
Yeah.
And he goes and watches Critters.
He does.
Yep.
Which he does not enjoy.
No.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Where do they come up with this stuff, huh? Duh.
Yep.
I'm a turtle.
That's when he stops a mugging,
Yes.
throws the purse back at the lady, and then chases the kids into the park where he meets Casey Jones,
Yeah.
who is
Sound more excited about that next time, Chuck.
Them kids meet Casey Jones.
who is about to beat them up with a hockey stick while wearing his hockey mask, and
As you
Raphael
do.
stops him because he's like, "Hey, man,
They need to be taught a lesson, but not like that.
Yeah.
You're trying to murder those children. Casey Jones.
yeah." And then they get in a little fight.
Yeah, Casey Jones fucks up that turtle.
He kind of does.
Yeah.
You would think the turtle would just keep turning its back to him and getting hit in the shell.
No.
That,
They
never,
really
really,
do
that never really comes into play.
No.
They hadn't had a training montage yet.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, seriously.
No.
Don't you know how movies work?
Yeah.
No, I know. I know.
Oh, okay.
I've seen
Oh,
a
I
couple
know.
movies.
All right.
Some might have even had a montage in them.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. But no, so he gets his ass kicked and ends up running away, and
Gets upset because he's calling him names the whole time. Because he slowly basically like gets his hat knocked off. He's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong with your face?" And then
He's a punker.
he's a punker.
I don't like you punkers.
yeah, people are very like nonchalant about the fact that, hey, this is a giant fucking turtle guy.
Well, until April O'Neil meets the turtles.
Oh,
'cause
of
her
course.
reaction is appropriate.
But
But
it's more because she sees a giant fucking rat
Yeah.
first.
That's where it starts. But I think, we'll get there. That's soon. That's soon. Because I believe we are now introduced to. Do we meet the kid and everything before we go to the foot layer?
yeah, because like
Her boss's
April
kid.
O'Neil is at, or her boss is at April O'Neil's apartment, or vice versa, or
No,
something.
it's her apartment. Yeah,
Is it?
he keeps
Okay.
coming over, and
With his kid.
I think he was on his way to take his kid to school or something,
Oh,
maybe.
okay.
Because he mentions about his delinquent kid who keeps bailing on school,
Yeah,
and he steals $20 out of her wallet, which is on the counter, and
Danny.
yeah. And so it's just kind of like, you should have told me you're mugged. And what? Oh, she's like, well, it's okay. I was saved. Now get out of my apartment. You're kind of creepy. I'm not wearing a bra. So
Yes.
yeah, it's exactly what she said.
yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just basically like, hey, here's this kid. Isn't he kind of sketchy looking? And yes, he is, because apparently he ditches school to go to the late '80s, early '90s kid heaven, basically.
no,
like
he
the-
doesn't go to Kid Heaven.
Well, literally the best place
Heaven
in the
on earth.
world.
Okay, all right, fine.
Free video
It's
games.
not a farm.
Showbiz Pizza Place on.
It's it's like if you were like a 13-year-old and you imagined what like the coolest version of Showbiz could be. Like you got free cigarettes, beer. Yeah, shut up. I had a weird childhood.
Beer.
You can skateboard.
I like that
can
you start with that
skateboard.
instead of like all the video games and the
Well,
pinball
I'm getting there. I'm building up.
Sure, okay.
Now the surprise is ruined.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just thought like you were like listing your favorites first, and then it was
Well,
like,
yeah.
there's also these things.
Indoor skate park.
Yeah.
Radical signs all over the place.
Indoor
Video
skate park,
games.
like ramps and stuff, not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
disco ball. Yeah. There might have been a
right.
disco
Not
ball.
not like
Not-
a
yeah, not
like a skating rink.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, an indoor skateboard park.
Right. Yes.
That's painted all cool with flames and
Of course
shit.
it is.
There's
Yeah.
all sorts of neon signs everywhere.
Basically, it's
Gambling.
the earlier version of the club
Yeah.
from Hackers, where you're like,
Well,
fuck yeah, let's go here.
or Double Dragon.
Yeah, the hideout on
Basically,
Double
they basically
Dragon,
turned
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
lights, and that became the hideout in Double Dragon.
Well, the Double Dragon kids planted like a garden and shit. They were
Yeah,
they
they were
wanted to
friggin'
regenerate the
losers.
oxygen in the room and stuff.
yeah, they're losers.
Okay.
Freaking good guys. Whatever.
But yeah, this is where we meet
else
Sam
is
Rockwell, because he's head thug and he's showing him around like, yeah, we got whatever you want. Got video games over here, skating over here.
You got any cigarettes?
Yeah, regular menthol.
Regular menthol.
Right.
He was actually in the opening scene. He was one of the thugs who attacked.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
Okay.
you barely see him, but he was there too.
All right.
So he's in the movie a lot.
Yeah. But yeah, it's all just kind of like, hey, this is a badass place, and I think we get our first glance at the henchman dude. What's his name? Like
Mr. Miyagi.
Tatsu.
Yes.
Yeah, Tatsu comes out and it's just like, like he kind of interrupts like two kids sparring, and it's just like, this is how you do it. I'm going to whip your ass, and don't take your eyes off your enemy, kid.
Yeah, the kid bows to him and he kicks him in the face.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Just to
As
show
you
he's a
should.
bad guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Kick all children in the face.
And then like I believe, do we get like shredded right away? Right, because like the gongs come up and it's like, Shredder signal.
Everybody report to
Shredder headquarters.
Yeah,
Shred quarters.
Everybody
Shred
report to the
Yeah. Yeah. So they go to this big hall and Shredder comes out and damn, dude, if I ever like have a chance, I mean, I know it's not gonna happen, but if I ever like have a reason to have an entrance, be it wrestling, boxing, any kind of reason for me to have an entrance, I want this music to play because it's pretty badass. It's subtle, crunchy guitar. It's like it's good, and it's just kind of like a dun 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 dun. I'm like, fuck yeah, this guy.
Good lighting too.
Good lighting, yeah. I want the cape and everything. I mean,
yeah, you got to have the cape and the hat and the shoulder pads, and cape's pretty badass. It's probably one of the best capes. One of the better capes.
He's got a good ensemble going on.
It's a good cape.
He's got a good stylist. Shredder does.
Hot take there, Chuck.
It's okay.
Good cape.
Have another drink there, Chucky Poo.
Hot takes from Chuck.
Just,
Man.
it's my 2 cents.
Sweet cape.
Yeah, but he has a good entrance. And then he just kind of comes out and says some things of like, we are family. I've got all my sisters and me.
Yep.
No, I mean he's like he's basically giving the I didn't mean to start there. it just happened.
Yes, you did.
But he's like giving the cowl or whatever they call it to one of the kids who's graduated to actually being
It's the greatest honor that
being
one
a
can
actual
have.
Foot Clan member with the the headband and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
That sweet bug mask.
Yeah. And so he just gives a speech. It's like, you all basically came here because you don't have anywhere else to go, and we're family, and I'm your father, and go us.
Yeah. Long live the foot.
Yeah. And is this point where Raphael has saved April O'Neil from the Foot Clan who's after her?
No. I think it's after this, because I think like now that we've been introduced to Shredder, he's basically like, why? I'm trying to remember like what's the sequence where, because somehow he gets a burr up his ass about the turtles, and he's like, we got to find these turtles.
Yeah, because they saved April O'Neil.
Oh no! Actually, no. I'm sorry. First, he gets his burr up his ass about her, because she's on the news again and like saying things about the Foot Clan. Like, well, I've talked to Japanese Americans, and this crime wave seems very similar to some things that happened in their country a few years ago with this Foot Clan. I think it's them, but the police aren't doing anything. She's all over the police throughout this movie, and the police captain is Captain Stearns is pretty badass. He doesn't have a lot of screen time, but he's pretty awesome. Like,
but that one scene where she meets with him in his office and he just screams her face off.
Most of his screen time is screen time.
Yeah. It's a good scream time.
Yeah. But yeah, so
fine.
That's when after the meeting with the police captain, she's just been on the air basically saying, yeah, why aren't you doing anything about this? And he yells at her, and I guess because he's yelling at her, she misses her train. So she's standing in the subway, train's already gone, and that's when the Foot Clan shows up and is just like, we're going to silence you, Miss O'Neil. And that's when Raphael's been following her, jumps out and saves her. And she's been knocked out. I mean, she takes a punch to the face and gets knocked out, and he carries her back to their lair, to the turtle lair, because she's unconscious and she needs help. And he basically can't fight all the ninjas. He just like gets away, or he thinks he gets away from them. Takes her back to the lair, and that's when she wakes up. Splinter is like caressing her face, like, "Come on, wake up!" And that's when she freaks out and is just like, "Oh my god!" Screams appropriately. She does like the same thing she did earlier in the movie when she saw a rat in the alley go into her van, which climb up on on top of something.
A rat.
Yeah.
And now it's Eek, a giant rat.
Yeah.
And then the turtles come out and they're like, "Hey, you're awake," and she's freaks out
and then decides that she's dreaming.
Yes.
And then Splinter explains the origin story of all of them
Immediately. That doesn't even try to calm her down. It's just like, hold on, let me tell you the
this
story
won't take
of the
long.
turtles.
I can explain all of it.
And then just
I know what this looks like.
then like the whole room
There's
just
a reason
fades to
for
black, and they're in another dimension as they explain the story origin.
I like their storytelling technique with Splinter,
Okay.
where they kind of dim the lights around everybody. It's like
Yeah.
the stage lighting.
I just realized this is like soothing exposition. It's kind of like a careless whisper, but it's like soothing exposition because she's all freaked out.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Let
Yeah.
me tell you the story. It'll calm you down.
So here's the story about me hanging out in the sewer,
Yeah.
And there's some ooze.
and there's some gross stuff.
And his
some
previous
turtles show up.
master.
Yeah.
And he learned kung fu from his previous master.
Right.
Yeah.
But-
These are all important facts.
Yeah. Ended up over here in our sewer.
I do like that. That's all the origin we need.
Well, it's also
Like-
the
like-
origin everyone knows pretty
Yeah.
much at this point,
Yeah.
especially when the movie came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, everyone knows Spider-Man's origin, but they've shown it, 4 times now?
Well, yeah,
sure. True.
Pretty good story. But yeah, so I mean, it's basically like there's real live action turtles crawling around in some, like glow stick goo.
The ooze.
Yes. And
Radioactive ooze.
and then it's just like this kind of montage of them growing up, and they become these hideous puppets.
Oh, God.
Like right away, they're like half bird, half turtle. It's
Birdle.
super creepy as they just become these weird puppets and start dancing around and just wee.
And they learn their first word, which is pizza.
Pizza. Yeah, and then just one of them is
So
just
they
like,
actually
radical,
they
radical,
were
radical.
requesting Little Caesars because he goes pizza, pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they didn't get it.
Wow, but they got Domino's instead.
Yeah,
Boo.
It's a
Well,
sewer.
because Little Caesars doesn't deliver to the sewer.
No.
I don't
Only
think they
Domino's.
deliver at all.
Domino's drops it right down there because that's where it belongs.
You may want Little
Domino's.
Caesars.
Little Caesars doesn't deliver to the sewer. Domino's.
Domino's, your last option.
Domino's. Fuck it, we'll show up. Domino's. Can't wait for all those ad dollars to roll in.
Oh yeah, so much Domino's.
So many Domino's. Yeah, so it is. It's a soothing exposition because she's just like, huh, all right, well, obviously I'm not dead or dreaming, so cool.
Cool
Yeah.
story, bro.
She is immediately over it.
Yeah.
Over the fact that there are
She's like, I believe you.
6-foot-tall turtles
Yeah.
standing in front of her. And,
Seems legit.
Yeah. Why don't you come back to my place?
yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is New York, and she seems the only one freaked out by it because in the foot chase that we didn't mention earlier, when Raph is chasing I think he's chasing Casey Jones after he's kicked his ass. He like runs over a taxi cab and rolls over it, and guy in the back of the taxi cab, which is another one of the voices, says like, "What was that?" The cab driver's like, "I don't know. It looked like a 6-foot-tall turtle in a trench coat. Where are you going?"
Going to LaGuardia, right?
Completely nonplussed,
Yeah. New York.
Yep. So, yeah. So I guess she has the turtles escort her home because she's on she's being watched by the Foot Clan now. So
Yeah.
you need an escort. So yeah, they take her home and she's like, "Well, I'd invite you in, but all I have is pizza." And they're like, "Well, yeah, magic words, we're in." So they hang out for the evening and bond, I guess, by doing bad impressions.
Yeah. One of those Rocky and...
James Cagney, because all the kids in
Not a very good
1990
Rocky.
love James Cagney impressions. let me
It's
tell
a
you.
funny voice.
It is a funny voice.
It's a funny voice. Kids
Totally.
like funny voices.
I think kids at this point would have at least had a reference to Looney Tunes, like more than
Yeah.
actual James Cagney.
Yeah.
Either
I
way,
say.
they're not good impressions.
Well, all right.
Sorry, turtle voice actors.
Fine.
You
I don't
dirty
think
rat.
I don't
Do
think,
better.
I don't think they're supposed to be that good. Let's
They all act like they're really good.
Yeah.
Like,
Those turtles were fucking laughing.
yeah, they were
Yeah, well,
They
they're-
were funny.
They're fucking turtles. They'll laugh at anything. You're stupid.
turtles. They will laugh
Turtles.
at anything.
Stupid turtles.
Yeah.
Oozy ass. Weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, all salmonella carrying.
Yeah.
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 Sons of bitches.
Dominoes. Salmonella carrying sons of bitches. Dominoes.
Yeah. But then they eventually is like, dude, we got to go.
Yeah. We got to go home.
We got to get up early.
And yeah, 'cause, we get
Yeah.
we got to get to work,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, we got turtle jobs. Turtle business to conduct.
Yeah. I don't want a turtle job. I know it's cheap, but I don't want a turtle job.
But yeah, they go home and, Splinter's gone. And their house has been wrecked.
Yeah.
Their sewer house has been wrecked. I don't know how they could tell, but
It was a nice place.
yeah.
Lots of space.
Yep.
It was a nice sewer place.
Yeah. It's all wrecked.
And the pizza was gone.
And there's almost a no.
Yeah. Raphael does do a splitter.
Yeah.
And as we find out, that's when he's been kidnapped and taken to
Shredder's place.
the Foot Clan's lair.
Yeah. Chained up to a wall, standing on a box. I don't know. They leave him chained up for like days for
Yeah.
no real reason.
Yeah. Well, just because they're dicks.
Yeah, pretty much are dicks.
That's their job.
Yeah.
Be dicks.
Yes. Like Danny goes and talks to him at one point. It's like, hey, so you can't.
Well,
talk.
they're interrogating him. He's just giving the silent treatment.
Yeah.
And then, that Danny walks by. He's like, "Hey, how can such a young face have so many troubles?" He's like, "Oh, you can talk." He's like,
cool.
Yeah.
"Yes, I can."
He's like, my
What
ears
did you
are
think
always
I could
open
do?
Yeah.
to
Please.
hear.
One of my ears is always open to you.
And he's like, come here, let me tell you more origin story. Instantly, not hi, how you doing? Just
It's
hey.
it's calming exposition.
Sure,
Soothing
whatever.
exposition.
Yeah, he soothes his soul with
Yeah.
stories of how he learned
Yeah,
from his Japanese master
Uh-huh.
all of the ninja stuff that he knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was a little rat, and I appreciate the little rat puppet they've got. in the
Also,
cage.
also good puppetry going on
Yeah.
with little teeny
Doing the
tiny
ninja
rat
moves.
doing ninja shit.
But that's when the guy who everyone knows is Shredder comes and kills his master because his master was better.
No, well, because he loved a woman.
Loved
and
a lady.
she loved him back, so he murders. They run. Here's the thing.
He came from Japan.
Yes.
He ran. Okay, so Shredder's master ran from Japan
Yeah,
to America.
They both had the hots for the
to
same girl.
escape with a woman.
Girl picked Yoshi,
Right.
the good guy.
Right.
Ran to America. Ran away to America.
This motherfucker followed them.
Yeah.
What a shitty person.
Hey,
Waits for him to go to work. Murders the wife.
Murders her.
Straight murders her. He comes home, sees her dead, and then is like, "What? No!" And then it's like murder in the back.
Right.
party in the front.
No, it's just murder, Chuck.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
Murder
you're
on
right.
both sides,
Yeah,
Chuck.
it was all just
murder all around.
Okay.
Murder
Okay.
360.
I apologize.
Murdered it from the back.
So knocks over the cage, and Splinter's like, you killed my master's claw to your face. That's my rat style.
That's
So,
pretty good.
Yeah.
And then he cuts his ear off,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then he's gone.
Yep.
And Splinter never saw him again.
Nope. But hey, Danny, you wear his mark upon your head, so think on that.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah.
He should have thrown a bitch in the end of that. Think on that, bitch.
Yeah, that would have been good.
So yeah,
Hot takes, Chuck.
So Danny's like, what have I done with my life? And
Danny really does reevaluate.
Oh yeah, me is just like headband
he
off.
goes running away. And, so the turtles go to live with April because Splinter's gone, and they're like, Splinter, he's gone. Well, they say it like super sad, like they get the emo turtles
Yeah.
and Elmo rat.
E-myrtles.
Yeah. So they're hanging out there for a while, and Raphael goes on emo binge again because he's like, "Why aren't we out there doing something?" They're like, "We're working on it. We're trying to figure out some things." So he goes up to the roof and is being pensive. All the while, Casey Jones is watching him like Rear Window style from a few buildings over. He just happens to look over and is like, "What? Why is there a turtle doing, ninjutsu on the roof?"
Yep.
Meanwhile, the Foot Clan has snuck up and is beating the ever living fuck out of Raphael up on the roof. Meanwhile, they're like having it's a weird like intercut bit where like they're down in the antique store that April lives over, and also I guess owns because her parents did. Like playing around with all the old stuff and clashing cymbals while he's getting his head beaten up upstairs, and it's just like this weird like little juxtaposition back.
And they know
back and
because
forth.
the kid saw the turtles when he came earlier, because his creepy dad, who is April's boss, keeps showing up at her house
right.
to have conversations.
Why is that? Why, if my boss show up, like, she would get, I'm sorry, she would get hurt if she tried to barge her way into my house at random times.
With her delinquent kid.
Right,
You're
right.
questioning the laws of physics and reality.
No,
and
not physics, just,
Well,
or reality. Like, it's
This is
just
a Turtles movie. I
I
mean,
know.
there are 6
I
foot
know.
tall turtles.
I've
that are,
accepted that. They have assumed that the humans that aren't involved in foot clanning or foot clanning, I guess,
Sure,
or being a reporter, like sort of act mildly normal. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, who does that? Really?
Yeah. That behavior is unacceptable.
Who are these people?
Who are they? Yeah.
Who are the
Regardless, I don't care if you've got walking turtles and shit rats and
You
all that
still
walking
just
around.
don't bust into somebody's house.
Shit rats.
There's certain things you don't do.
Okay.
Why don't you call first?
Got to establish some boundaries. I get you.
Yeah.
I find. I'm fine
Before a
with it.
motherfucker gets shot in the face.
Yeah. Or
'Cause that's how
ninjutsu.
we roll in my hood.
Yeah. So anyway, yes.
That's the door with an AK. Try that shit on for size.
I will. I will try that sometime.
Seems rather self-incriminating, but all right. I'm just saying, should something happen, whatever. Yeah. Anywho, Raphael's getting his ass kicked, much like your boss would should she show up at her house.
That's right, she would.
Yeah, so like eventually they're just like, I don't know, he goes away from time to time. He just has to do his thing. He'll be back any minute, and then crash through the skylight. Raphael's in the apartment. They're all like, "Oh my god, he's dead." No, he's fine, but we got to fight.
It's fight time.
Fight time in the apartment where they basically just fuck up her apartment.
Oh,
like they're just like, let's break everything because we're kind of really not that great at ninjaing just yet. The Foot Clan brings out axes and they're hacking the place to bits.
I did like that part because like they're all fighting and they're like, "Oh, we can't beat them." And all of a sudden, one guy runs in and he's carrying like a dozen axes.
Yeah. It's like, here, try these.
One for you, one for you, one for you. You get an axe. You get
So they hack the place up, and eventually, like they're just like doing, like they're rolling around the floor, avoiding the axes, and meanwhile the whole floor is just getting hacked to bits. And some guys are up on the skyline, and they're like, "You probably shouldn't jump in here," but they do anyway. So the whole floor collapses, and they end up in the antique store, which prompts some more fighting happening in there. Again, some of the props from earlier show back up, and more fighting happens, and then just more and more foot dudes just keep coming in, and they're like, we're kind of fucked, aren't we?
Yeah, and then the bald dude shows
Yeah.
up and he's leading them.
Yeah, Tatsu's like, all right, let's kill him, and of course the cavalry of Casey Jones shows up eventually. I don't know what he was doing because like it was a long time from when he saw him on the roof to I don't know where he
He was
keeps
not
his,
that close. He was
I
a
don't know
few
where
blocks away.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, he probably
He had to go downstairs.
Probably didn't take a
all that.
taxi, and there was no Uber yet. So yeah, I guess he had to run.
That's right. There's no Uber yet.
It's like Uber, but for Ninja
That
Turtles.
is the only reason he was stalled. Was Uber.
If
Not
only
like
there'd
you
been
know.
Uber. You could have gotten there much
Yeah.
sooner.
Yeah. So yeah,
Raphael would not have been knocked unconscious.
No.
nope.
Had Uber existed back then.
The more you know. Anyway, so yes, he shows up in the cavalry, in the form of the cavalry, and like helps them fight off. And they eventually are like, oh yeah, we have a trapdoor in this basement. We should get out of here. But not before there is the comical guy still has an axe, swings at the turtle and misses and hits the electrical line, which does the I'm getting electrocuted. But then immediately is like fire, like full on like fucking
Yeah.
flames
Oh, yeah.
go up.
And
That
it's not
electricity
just-
was made of gasoline.
Yeah. Everything in there was made of gas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because that place is a bonfire instantly.
Yep.
Yeah. So, place is on fire. Foot's not really looking to retreat, but they're trying to sneak off and carry their wounded, brother, whatever the hell you want to call him, Raphael, off the out of here and escape through this. And Casey Jones is fending off the Foot. They basically get away, shut the door, and then you hear sirens. And they're like, "All right, Ninja, vanish, get out of here." So the Foot is like, "All right, we'll leave them." They don't really show how they get there. I guess they take their van. They take the
Yeah,
April O'Neil's
they
van.
show the van driving off.
Yeah, and they basically retreat to. She also has a farmhouse in the middle of nowhere. So there's like 20 minutes of the movie where they hang out there. It's just
Waiting for Raphael to wake up.
yeah, they've
They've
got
thrown him into a bathtub.
with water. He's reptilian. He needs some water. Do you know anything about turtles,
They
Chuck?
have just plopped him down into this bathtub.
It's because it's convenient.
They've ruined that tub. That tub
Should-
is full of salmonella now.
Should Raphael
turtle
die?
size.
He's right next to the toilet.
No, you build a fire on it. It's a clawfoot tub, so you just build a fire underneath it.
Cook him.
Oh, turtle soup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turtle power.
Either way. All solid plans. But yeah, so yeah, he's passed out in the tub, and they're kind of going about their business of they kind of start training, and they're like rebuilding a shitty truck in the that's out in the barn, and this begins the as I was saying earlier, there are lots of parallels to where they're like, we've seen Star Wars and stuff, so they kind of start doing the Han and Leia thing from Empire Strikes Back with Casey and April O'Neil, where they're just like back and forth, like, I don't like you, I don't like you, I don't like you, I kind of like you, maybe I like you, no, I don't like you. Just
Yeah.
over and over again.
Yeah, he
throughout
even
this.
calls her princess.
Yes. Well, amongst a bunch of other.
Sure, but he settles on princess. Like,
He
princess?
also called her Toots.
Yeah, that's how it started. Was Toots.
Toots.
It's like,
like,
come on,
excuse
Toots. My
me.
name is Casey Jones. Besides,
Yeah.
where would a lunatic get a hockey mask like this? Anyway,
She also retreats to draw while all this is going on.
she does.
Oh, yeah, she writes like a Civil War journal.
and narrates.
Yes. Raphael, this
It was a
time
long, hot day.
Snoozing in the
Gettysburg.
bathtub.
She gets birds for a little bit. She's like, I'm not gonna lie. She's just like, hell, it was a long, hot day that summer when I met the turtles.
April O'Neil,
45,000
1862.
good men died that day on the battlefield. I hid beneath 7 of them.
4 turtles came into my apartment, but only 3 walked out.
No, that's not true. Raphael wakes up.
Well, not out of her apartment. He was dragged out.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they did
Yeah.
that. But yeah, in her
Four turtles
summer
walked
home
into
or wherever
that
the fuck they are.
house.
Yes.
He just sort of wakes
Yes,
up.
he does wake up, and they have a little moment, and basically, like, he and Leonardo, who's, I don't know, the movie can't decide who's the leader of the Turtles. Anyone that knows Leonardo's kind of the leader of the Turtles, but they have this little back and forth thing, but, you know, so it's like, but, like, he's just kind of been like, why aren't you part of the team? You're being a wet blanket. And
It kind of highlights a problem with the Turtles, at least as they're portrayed in this movie, is that Raphael is the hothead wet blanket guy, and the rest are just the same guy.
They're
like,
just jokey guy.
You know, everywhere else they have distinct personalities and stuff, but in this version of it, it's just like, all right, these three make jokes, and this one's all pissed off, and that's all it ever is.
It's more subtle highlights in this. I mean, I think this movie just kind of came out and was like, look, you know the Turtles, right? Like, I'm like I said, we're trying not to look at this like in nostalgia terms, but like when this came out, it was like you assumed you knew their personalities because Michelangelo's a little more wacky than the other two. Like he kind of doesn't know when to turn off the stupidity.
Yeah,
they do show like Donatello being slightly more intelligent, such as it is. Voiced by Corey Feldman doesn't help, but you know, but yeah, I mean, like he's getting the trivia questions right. He's making references. The other ones are like, what? You know, so it's like they give him kind of the smart thing. But yes, Raphael's the hothead, kind of comes across as a wet blanket as this. But yeah, Leonardo doesn't have that commanding leader thing like he's supposed to.
No, I mean, I just it very much comes off as these three are the same, and then there's this one,
right? But yes, but he basically he apologizes like, I'm sorry, I said mean things, like we don't need you, whatever. And they make up and bro out.
Yep.
And then they decide to go off to the woods and meditate. I think like they're they
Leonardo meditates, and he has a vision of Splinter doing an Obi-Wan Kenobi thing, and he's like, oh my god,
guys, Splinter's alive.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, we all believe that too. And he's like, no, I know it.
Yeah. Come with me in the woods. We'll build a fire, and I'll show you.
Yeah.
So they do.
So they all meditate, and then
they summon Obi-Wan.
They throw the sterno can in the fire or something, because that
fire kicks off.
Nice big blue flame and everything. And then,
Splinter talks to them.
Yeah, and tells them, "Hey, come get me."
Yeah.
Actually, he's kind of like, I'm proud of you. You come a long way. So this is probably the last thing I'm ever saying. So just be a family.
Yeah, peace out.
He's
that's right. Yeah,
he's kind of like, he's kind of like, yes, that's probably it. So go on without me.
Yeah,
I'll be fine here.
And they're like, no, we're gonna
I'll
train.
be fine. Chained to a wall in a warehouse with a bunch of fucking kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's cool. But really,
Skateboarders.
no, you guys are great.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
No, go on without me.
Yeah. You guys just hang out at your farmhouse.
Yeah, so they get this vision
Casey
question. Like
Jones.
now they're on a mission. They're like, it's training montage time. So they apparently learned how to be better ninjas out in the woods
by fighting each other.
Yes. They beat each other up.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they come back. They interrupt the Han Solo, Princess Leia thing, and they're like, because they're back to kind of flirting again. They're like, we got to go. It's time to go. Time to go back.
Yeah. Knock that shit off.
Yep.
No time for love.
Yep.
Dr.
Casey
Jones.
Jones.
Casey Jones.
Yep. So yeah, they go back to the city and where do they go? Do they go straight to? Yeah, they go straight back to the sewers because her house is fucked. Yeah, so they can't go back there, and they basically go back to the sewers. Like Casey Jones, April are all in tow, and they find Danny hiding in the. I don't know why they have a locker, but they have a locker in their place, and he's kind of like, oh, I ran away. I didn't know where else to go, and yeah.
Well, Shredder found him when he was taking off his headband. It was like, or no, that's after.
I think it was after. Wasn't it?
Yeah. Cost him later.
Yeah, because like they're hanging out, and he's like, "Hey, cool! I thought I saw you guys, and I'm not really freaked out at all about the giant turtles. Cool sketches. Can I have one?" Mm-hmm. And they all just kind of go about his business. He leaves and is like, for whatever reason, goes back to he's kind of like having this other like conscience of crisis thing. I don't know, whatever. Just like he's like
Crisis of conscience.
Crisis, yeah, bad other way around.
Yeah,
and it's
like Casey Jones also has claustrophobia.
Yes,
which he mistakes for someone accusing him of having homophobia.
No,
He
of
doesn't
having homosexuality.
Yeah, I know, but he doesn't understand what homophobia means. Because
I think he just straight up mistakes it for homosexuality.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I
never
think
even
he
looked at another
completely
guy.
skipped that. Like, yeah, he's like, no.
Yeah. And it's just like, wait, what?
This is a kid's movie, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, so he's sleeping in the truck and sees Danny, who now has taken one of the sketches that April did, running off. And he's like, I wonder where that kid's going. So he follows him to the island, the Foot Island.
Island of Misfit Toys.
The Filand.
Island of Misfoot Toys.
Yeah. It's Lairdman Island. Ha.
That's right.
Yeah. But yes, the East Warehouse on Lairdman Island. But yeah, so he goes back and goes back to talk to Splinter, and that's he's basically like, is this where he actually gets the like? Was it even the first time where he got the like you wear his symbol? Because doesn't he tell me you wear the symbol and that's when he throws the thing down? Because he's still wearing the headband. Why would he be wearing the headband from earlier when he was like, you wear the symbol of the killer on your head?
He goes back to talk to him again.
Didn't Shredder come and give him like the evil eye for? He was like, why did you drop that on the floor?
Yeah,
That's after the second.
This
visit.
kid, I mean, this kid. We didn't mention it, but this kid also gives up the turtles the very first time because he's the one that, like, after Shredder makes his big entrance, he's like, "Hey, excuse me, Mr. Shredder, I might know where these turtle people are." But yeah, so he's got some guilt now, and I think this might be when Splinter actually drops the "you're wearing the mark of the killer on your head," and that's when he drops the headband.
And Shredder's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yeah, he sees it and he's like, also, you have a picture on you. Ha, it's a turtle.
You must know where the turtles are then.
He's like, Ninja Sense, you have a turtle picture. So, like, he basically, like, is like, all right, go get them, and sends off the Foot Clan to invade the sewer. Meanwhile, Casey Jones has basically grabbed the kid and be like, hey, kid, it's me. We got to get Splinter out of here. Or actually, kid's like, Splinter's here. And he's like, okay, we got to get him out of here.
Yeah.
So, like, that kind of begins they're trying to get him out, and they encounter the big bald dude again, have a fight with him. Casey Jones basically eventually kicks his ass with a golf club.
Yes.
Yeah, he only hits him like a couple times with it, and that guy's done.
Yeah. Well,
He tees off on that guy. I mean,
Yeah.
he, full on 4 smash.
Well, it's been established when Casey Jones gets like the uppercut swing on you, you're going to go flying in the air.
Yes.
well, his superpower is sporting equipment wielded as a weapon.
Right.
And so he can murder you with those things.
As long as it has some sort of weird upward swing.
Yeah. But he basically, like, all the kids show up and are like, let's get him. He's like, really? You're going to get me? Like, this is your family, punks.
Yeah.
And just kind of, dresses them down. They're like, oh, I don't know. I'm Sam Rockwell. I'm reevaluating things.
Yeah.
And,
it's like, look at you. Look at yourselves. Look at this place. And they're like, yeah, it's pretty sweet, isn't it?
It's kind of awesome, isn't it?
Do you have video games in your house? No.
Whatever.
But yeah, somehow he convinces them, like,
Well,
really? This is your family? Really? And they're like, whoa.
Yeah, well, since you put it that way,
I guess
ask us
not.
really so many times, I guess. All right.
Maybe we'll come with you.
So yeah, they drag him out. Meanwhile, like, the Foot Clan has invaded the sewer, but they kind of know they're coming, I guess, this time, because they spring a bunch of steam on them, kick a whole bunch of their asses all at once. Kind of like at the beginning with, we don't actually get to see it, we just hear it.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, I hope there's more. And then, yes, of course, another flood of them comes in. And begins another fight sequence. Eventually goes outside. Casey Jones is shown back up, but they haven't really, like, connected back up just yet. Because they made their way up to the roof where they basically just fight a bunch more dudes and get up to the roof, and Shredder's there. And comes down and they're like, oh, yeah, well, this guy, we need to take him out. And they keep trying one-on-one to take him out and get their asses kicked.
Yeah.
They never really try to do the, like, let's attack them all at once thing. Well, if I think of it like the third time they do.
Yeah. But they only ever get, I think, 1 or 2 hits in on him. Like, nobody is able to even
I think
touch
one.
him.
I think
Leonardo
cuts his
he's holding his arm at one point.
Yeah.
But eventually he gets the drop on Leonardo and has his big shredder spear on his neck.
It's going to murder him.
Yeah, he tells the other guys, you got to throw your weapons away or I kill him.
Turtle kebabs.
So, of course, as soon as he does that, they do that. He's like, ha! 3 of you probably could have beaten me.
Yeah.
You forgot that I'm evil.
Yeah.
And then there's Splinter standing there.
Yes. Who has picked up, well, we assume he's picked up the nunchucks that didn't actually fall all the way off the roof.
Yeah.
They landed on the ladder.
But he's like, I know who you are. Here's more backstory.
Yeah. Yeah, it's me, the rat. You cut the ear off. Remember?
Yep.
I mean, rats
Take
you
your
cut
mask
the ear
off
off of.
so
but,
I could see the scar on you.
Yep, that's you.
He's like,
Come at me, bro.
Yeah. It's you.
So yes, he rage charges him with a spear, and Splinter's just like, yeah, whatever, nunchucks. Whoo, you're off the edge of the roof.
Like, yoink.
And basically, he's like, whatever. He's basically dressing him down, and like mid sentence, Shredder's like, oh yeah, well, I'm going to stab you with a knife, even though you're the only thing holding me up right now.
Yeah.
To which Splinter catches it, making him drop half the nunchucks and drop him into the garbage truck that Casey Jones has now rolled up next to the building. He backed it into a fire escape to knock down some foot soldiers that were coming up after them.
Well, he backed it into the fire escape so that Splinter or Shredder would fall into it eventually.
Eventually, yes.
Yeah, that was the plan.
That was the plan.
Because he does. He falls right into it.
Yeah.
But Splinter finishes like finishes and he's like, yeah, you're not going to die with any honor. It's splat.
Yep.
And Casey Jones is like, oops, murder.
Turns on the garbage truck.
He turns on all the garbage smashers on the detention load.
Yep. Smashes that motherfucker.
Yeah, a horrible way to go.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Absolutely horrifying way to die.
Murders him in front of all those children.
Deserved it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he did do that whole murder.
He came from Japan to America.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just to stalk a chick and then kill her. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a lot of cooling off time, is all I'm saying. From Japan to New York.
It's a long flight.
Yeah.
It's a really
He had to think about that
that's
for
like
a
handgun
while.
weight.
Yeah. He should have. It should have been out of his system by then.
Really.
No, they probably showed like Electro on the flight over.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That probably made him mad.
And then it was like Paul Blart, and he was like, "I must kill. I must."
Yeah.
It's the only excuse.
That's a good origin story. Long flight, revenge on his mind.
Traveled through time, saw movies from the future.
starts realizing that he's got time to think, and just like, nah, I'll be all right. And then they start showing shitty movies, and he's like, motherfucker, I'm gonna kill that guy and his wife.
Yeah, because why wouldn't you?
And then I'm gonna steal the town's children.
Yeah. All seems like a plan.
Yeah, it's a good
But
plan.
yes, he's murdered.
But
And
he's
the
dead.
cops show up, and the kids are now like, whatever you want to know. They're at the warehouse. Go check there. And just like,
Yeah.
all right, you kids, you just wait here. We'll be right back.
Yep.
And yeah, movie's over. Like, Splinter's alive, and I guess they're all back and saying goofy things again.
Yes.
Well, they're
everybody
trying to decide how to celebrate, and then Splinter says he was always partial to cowabunga.
So they all say cowabunga.
always partial to
And they give the four-way high five and don't freeze frame on it.
Nope.
high three.
Okay. High three.
They said it in the movie.
Okay, fine.
You know it's a 3.
It's a
Right.
3. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
3.
And then, well, we're at the end of the movie, so the movie fades out on, let's just go ahead and say it, a Stargrove.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, it
because
Oh yeah, damn right it does.
it's a
Turtle power.
It's a 90s rap song telling you the entire plot of the movie, essentially.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
By, who was it? Like, it was like something, something.
Spunkalicious?
It was like something with a crypt, like with a KRYPT or something like that, or
Why are you laughing,
Crew
Chuck?
or-
It was Spunkalicious.
Okay.
Funkadelic was the
K
other song.
Spunkadelic.
Was the other song.
K-Live Crew.
Delicious.
K-Live Crew, is that what it is?
Yeah,
not
K-Live
sound good.
Crew.
The Cliff Crew?
Cliff Crew.
Teenage Mutant
Soundtrack listing.
Yeah.
Turtle.
This is important. We need to know this.
Yeah, we
We
definitely
do. We have to tell the people.
stand by, please.
Stand by.
It was called T-U-
Partners in Crime. KKK.
KRYME.
Yeah.
Yep.
I knew it went Mortal Kombat on it.
Pretty good.
Mortal Crime Bat.
Partners in crime. Yep.
Yep. So that was that movie, Stargroved. I guess
Running through the danger zone.
I guess we should rate it now, huh?
Yeah, that's what we do generally at this point in the review.
Chuck, you're not going last. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Chuck, go first.
You want me to go first?
12
Sure,
bags, right?
No, it's only 3.
Okay, well that's not the worst rating you could give it.
3-bagging it?
Yeah, it gets 3 bags. I give it credit for the animatronics. I think the animatronics are really, really special and hold up remarkably well.
They are special effects.
In conjunction with that, I think that the stunt work and the fights, considering those guys are in suits, I know they were wearing kind of less heavy suits for the stunt fights, but still, for them to punch and kick and flip around and not look completely ridiculous is impressive. So I think the effects work in this is solid. But I mean, as you know, an old man coming to this thing for the first time recently, the turtles are fucking just insufferable. It's just they're constantly just joking and dancing and just like,
Don't you like joking and dancing?
no.
Why
Look at me.
not?
I'm an old man.
Why have you constantly asked
we
us
try-
to watch things like Rover Dangerfield and fucking puppies movies then? How is it any different than a goddamn CG mouth on a dog?
How are the buddies?
No. Explain to me. How is this any fucking different?
I don't know.
How is it
Yeah,
different?
all right.
How is it any worse than anybody's
Yeah.
movies?
I'm not saying it's better or worse than anything.
You just
I'm
did.
are.
It'd be via rating. I remember Santa goddamn Buddies getting like 3 jocks.
You're giving it an objective score
Hey.
that is worse than Buddy's movies.
Yeah.
Fine.
or a score that is
No,
objectively
He didn't
worse.
like it. He's allowed
No,
to
you're
not
allowed
like
to not
it.
like it, but I'm just trying to understand.
We're just telling
I'm
you that
trying
your
to understand.
opinion is invalid.
I'm trying to understand how one is okay and one is not. You're a grown-ass man watching a Buddies movie for the first time.
They're
Yeah.
puppies.
Think about it.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
One of those puppies is B-Dog, who does exactly what the turtles do.
Yeah.
But there's also a monkey.
Defense rest!
And there's also Buddha, which is basically Michelangelo, because he's like, oh, whatever.
I'm sorry. I tried everything I possibly could to like this movie. I had watched it like 4 months ago for the first time, and I was just like, this sucks. And we had decided to watch it, and I was like, I'm not going to just sit there and stew, and I really want to give this a shot because I know everyone loves it, and it's just a nostalgia favorite and everything, but I just don't have that. I didn't grow up with the Turtles. I never read the comics, never watched the show, nothing.
Okay. I mean, I'm not trying to jump in and go first, but I don't know if this.
No, he already went
I
first.
went.
You
Okay.
know what I mean? Before anybody else. I mean, but like, I just want to
Real ratings time now.
No,
Right.
no. Hold
Ratings
on.
that count.
I will finish this goddamn thought. Hold on. Like, I don't know if this helps at all in your understanding or possible appreciation of the Turtles, but I think the thing you seem to be possibly missing is that they were never really meant to be taken serious. Like, the Turtles always were kind of like the Tick. I mean, it was like, it's like we're kind of sort of parodying everything else that's going on in comics right now.
I get that.
Because, like, I mean, it's just the hand is, or the foot is an analog for the hand out of Marvel Universe. It's like little things like that. We're just like kind of pointing out how comics had gotten kind of stupid in the 80s and somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
I think not necessarily stupid, but like there was a lot of backlash of like, people that loved comics in like the Silver Age when they were kind of goofy and everything, suddenly seeing people like Frank Miller and everybody coming along and making comics all dark again, going, the fuck, comics were fun when they were just kind of goofy and you're taking yourselves too goddamn serious. So there was a lot of backlash with the Tick and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and like things like that, Flaming Carrot and weird shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, the Ninja Turtle comics, the thing is they were parodying that stuff, but they were ultra gritty and dark because of that. So it was kind of like the premise was what carried the stupidity of it.
Right.
But if you read those original comics, they're super dark and super serious about everything.
They absolutely are.
And they never like tip their hand that this is a joke, aside from these are fucking turtles that are suddenly ninjas.
Everything that was in the Mirage universe, that early Eastman and Laird thing, like the Yojimbo the bunny or whatever, all that shit was,
Yojimbo.
yeah, Yosagi Yojimbo, and all that shit was like just super like goofy. I mean, it was like they take a goofy concept and then just fucking run with it. I mean, it's kind of like if you wrote a serious Howard the Duck.
It's kind of like the movies we love, honestly.
Yeah.
Where you do something stupid and you do it with a straight face.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying like this movie is a perfect example of that. I'm just saying I don't know if it would help to like go back and think of it that way. I mean, to be fair, I mean, I will admit that the cartoon version kind of plays too heavily into this. Like, this movie was so close to like wanting to make a straight, like, serious Eastman and Laird version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they couldn't escape the influence of the cartoon at the time.
Yeah, that's my problem with it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
Okay.
I'm at two jocks because of the animatronics of the characters and the fight scenes, because the fight scenes are filmed far away so you can see the full bodies of the actors. The cuts are not very frequent. I mean, it's just, they're all well done. I mean, they're goofy and bloodless and, just kind of like, everyone blocking everybody else, that sort of stuff, but they're still fun, and there's a lot of them, and they're doing a lot of cool stuff in the middle of those fights. But the movie tries to split the difference between the whole serious, gritty, dark tone, because when it starts, it looks fucking dark.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole thing just looks like, but everything's barely lit, everything looks all grimy and shitty, but it's also got all the jokey cartoon stuff in it.
Wow.
Right.
Because it's kind of, so it's one of those things where it's like, who is this appealing to exactly? Because it's one of those movies that kind of tries to split the difference and doesn't quite work on either side, and that's why I can only go 2 with it, because it's just, I don't know. I mean, I was that age where I was just that little bit too old to be into the Ninja Turtles at that time when it came out, but I still remember seeing this in the theater. I could not tell you a thing about it until now. Like, now seeing it again, I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of remember that, and I kind of remember that, but I didn't remember very much of it at all, except, turtles are wacky and eat pizza.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can only go 2, but it's just, I just think it tries to split the difference too much, and it doesn't quite work the way it should.
I didn't actually ever give it a rating.
Yeah, I was like, huh?
Yeah. I was just kind of trying to give a little history for that kind of shit. I'm doing my best to look at this movie in a non-nostalgia glasses kind of way. I'm having a very hard time because I've seen this movie so many times. It's been a long time since it was in my regular rotation. Around 90, though, I saw this movie a lot. It's weird because there are things about this movie that are equally better than I remember and things that are equally worse than I remember. Like, I try not to let the zip boing bang sound effecty cartoon shit bother me too much because I'm it's not Theodore Rex. Like, it's not that bad.
No.
It never comes across as like just like slap you in the face of like, that's like you're putting a sound effect on something that would never even remotely be funny. I could see at least they were attempting something out of humor. And there's little bits of humor I actually really like the fact that they didn't do anything more than just like when they pull out the turtle wax when like I was saying like that's an obvious joke, but like the fact that it didn't go like ding or like anything else is just kind of like he just kind of goes I like that. We've always said jokes are funnier when someone goes
Yes.
Am I right?
Always enhances a joke.
Yeah. So I mean, the gritty stuff is really good, and I actually really like how they do Casey Jones in this. I think I got to land on. I'm actually going to land on like 3 jocks. I'm kind of like splitting the difference of like I like it, but then like I have to take some points away from things I don't like about it. But like there's enough that there's little moments and that I really kind of love in this movie, and you have to think about the time period that I watched this. This was kind of like a primer course to like samurai movies. Like, I mean, this was like kind of like an easily accessible gateway drug to Kurosawa movies and things like that for me. I mean, because it's just a little bit of a taste of that, like, the master and student thing, and I mean, yeah, it's a little more fortune cookie than actual things in the real ones, but it's just kind of a good gateway drug, honestly, and I'm happy it led me down the path of watching all that kind of shit. So 3 jocks.
Y'all ready for this? 4 jocks. This fucking all right. I saw it when it came out.
Yeah.
I probably saw it maybe once or twice on TV, and then it got completely erased by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the second. And I remembered, from what I remembered of this was Shredder looks badass. The Turtles, like the costumes and animatronics and the fighting looked badass, and it was kind of funny. And that is still correct. I am glad that I didn't that I almost got to experience this new, because it's been so long since I've seen it. Because I really like this movie. And I don't really like this movie because I remember, tons of things about it, and I have great nostalgia for it. I really like this movie because it's like, it's fun and it's goofy and it's everything that, it's all the feelings that I remember about like a Ninja Turtles thing, like watching the animated series. All the things that I remember liking about it, which is good, silly action, stupid jokes. The animatronics were great. Shredder is fucking cool. And I'm kind of a little bit mixed up here. I'm still upset with Chuck, but
sure, it's gonna happen.
But it's just it's such a joyful, goofy, fun movie with actual good martial arts in it, like way better than 99% of the movies we watch, which is ridiculous because it's a movie about irradiated turtles that can talk and do kung fu.
Post-pubescent radiated turtles who don't do kung fu was the spin-off series.
Right.
Shitty knockoff.
But it's though that is way better than it has any right to be. All of the action is way better than anything like this should ever be. And obviously it's done by Henson, the animatronics, and I don't know who choreographed the fights, but there's no reason that a movie like this should be as good as it is. Stupid jokes aside, I really wouldn't have necessarily called this a bad movie. Like I wouldn't go, "Oh my God, Ninja Turtles! This is terrible. You have to watch this." You shut up, Chuck. I see you mouthing shit over there. You gonna die tonight. Our fans are gonna mob you outside of the studio.
Yeah.
And stab you. Great. Yeah, you're welcome, live stream. But like I wouldn't necessarily even have called this a bad movie per se. It is not a AAA massive budget blockbuster summer movie, but it is not bad. It's goofy, but it's pretty good. It's fairly good. It's better than Chuck Fine. I mean,
I just like to point out. I mean, not that I'm holding a grudge, but I like to point out the fact that
Chuck's a shithead.
No. Chuck shows up to a movie is pretty sure is going to be shat upon by him, whereas he will not show up for Buckaroo Banzai, which we knew was probably going to be shat upon by us.
That was 200 episodes ago.
I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there. Like, you were ready to be the shitter, just not the shitty.
Well, yes, you have put me in my place.
Most people
right
make
there.
that their life's goal, not to be the shitty.
I should have not shown up.
Most
for
people
this
want to
either.
be the shitter.
No, we
Not
wanted
the
to
shitty.
create, controversy and argument can be healthy,
Absolutely,
and I hold no grudge. I mean, I'm okay with this.
I bet.
I don't. I may be like head to toe fucking Turtles regalia about it right now, but that's just because I realized I fucking had it. Someone pointed out that this beanie came with a Blu-ray set that we watched the movie out of. So
Pizza box.
the pizza box. So anyway,
Yeah,
and I'm not upset. I just wish that you could enjoy this movie like we do.
me too. I
Because you're
tried,
living a really shitty life right now.
pretty much.
Let's take a break.
all right.
We've all rated it, right, Chuck?
I think we did.
Chuck, did you rate it?
Yeah, I did. I gave it 3 bags.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You try that again.
Yeah. Take 2.
3 bags.
Okay, I still love you, sort of. Controversy. Teach the controversy.
No.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was an inside job.
Ninja.
Ninja. Sorry, I was trying not to get my foot caught in the massive cables I have here. It's trying to kill me.
Hey, someone's British when they call them Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they banned ninjas and
They banned
Ninjas have butterfly knives.
ninjas,
Yeah.
ninjas and handguns. You can't-
well, yeah, and they had to remove all the ninja weapons from the
Ignore
movie.
it.
Like the UK cut is
So it's just like
Like-
loaves of bread and shit.
yeah, it's like unwatchable.
Did they?
It's like
how did they do that? Did they reshoot or?
No, they just had to cut.
Oh,
So the
jeez.
fight scenes had to be like 3 seconds long because as soon as somebody brings out a sai or nunchucks, they're like, nope. UK's weird like that. They're so weird. Like anybody gets headbutted, they're like, oh nope. They're weird. Just weird. They're a weird people.
So like us.
Steve, like the bird, I did get 2 things on Record Store Day. I got a Atlanta Rhythm Section record. I bought it because it has Spooky on it, and I also bought the Postal Service's Give Up on vinyl. So that's all. I really love that album, Give Up, and
Album day?
Record Store Day.
Oh, record store day?
So yeah. So I figured I would
stored your records?
I would buy it. Yes.
Oh, I've got those.
Yeah.
Wait, which ones are they? That's the first one, right?
That's the first one.
Yeah.
Is that like are those
Second one?
like a worth money sort of comic?
They're graphic novels, but I mean.
Yeah, those are like those
Oh,
are
those are
those
the
the ones that are
trades.
actually
Okay.
like they recolored them.
No, I think they're.
That's racist.
Are they black and white?
I think so.
Yeah, because I've got the original phone books that were apparently really tough to find.
Unforgettable.
I'm pretty sure I remember them being black and
Oh
white.
God! Don't open it, Jesus.
No,
It's not sealed.
I'm pretty sure those are the color redos or whatever they call them, like the color reprints.
I still
I remember reading them in,
Thanks.
black and white, but
know you're wrong.
Probably, yeah. This hasn't been opened in like a long time.
Yeah. Where'd you even find the bags that size? So those are the recolored ones. I thought I had those.
Yeah. Oh no, I just broke the seal. They've been read before.
Yeah.
So I said read them all. Yes, they're recolored. Sorry. But they at least still did they're all red.
What are you doing?
They don't have colors back then.
I can see you.
But yeah, I bought these a long ass time ago.
Yeah, those were like late 80s they put those out. So, second half. Anybody got any movies or anything they want to talk about?
No.
No?
No.
All right, peace out.
I've watched some TV, but nothing of note.
I mean, I watched 2 movies, but I think they're both BAMcast worthy, so I don't want to talk about them.
I watched 2 movies.
What are they? Do you want to talk about them?
One's real new, and the other one's pretty new. Yeah, I want to talk about it. 1 minute, though. Oh, no, we never stop this. How do we know where time is?
Yeah.
You have to count how old you are.
Harlow was asking if we have
The one from Scott.
Yes.
It's the only one worth reading this week. Look at all you people just typing away. Just type, tappity tap.
Well, I thought people were going to talk about things that weren't record store day, so I was going to type those.
What?
I'm an idiot. At the record store that I went to on record store day, they had Post-it notes on a bunch of them that said that had like RSD, and I was like, "What the fuck is RSD? What the fuck is RSD?"
Record shop day.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that. I thought it was reserved, and I was like, "Why do they have them out here if they're reserved?" And I just kind of walked by them. I can't remember what they were, but there were 2 or 3 that I would have bought. But they had the RSD tag on them, and I thought they were reserved, and so I just fucking walked by them. Because I'm dumb. And that's the story of me being dumb.
It was a
On
lovely
record
story.
store day.
Cool
Yeah.
story, bro.
Told it so well, with such enthusiasm.
So what kind of turntable do you have?
It's nothing fancy. It's it's just a one of those Crosley suitcase looking things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have another one and a microphone?
No, I have 1 turntable and like 5 microphones.
Oh. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah. It's just a stopgap because I don't have I haven't gone out and bought a record player, and I don't have like a big stereo system to hook it up to anyway. So
You need hi-fi.
I do need high
fidelity. That's like more fidelity.
I do need more fidelity because that thing doesn't have very much fidelity.
Just go on down to Buck Super
Yeah.
Stereo.
So have you checked out Vinyl Me Please?
No, I haven't. What is?
It's like a record subscription club, but you don't get to choose what they send each month. That's the only problem with it.
So it's
What
a
are
loot
they-
crate?
So
yeah,
it's,
pretty much.
So it's going to be like all these bands that I haven't heard anything from
Probably.
or heard of, and they're just going to send me shit that I don't want.
Yeah, hipster shit.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit
It's on
that's-
LP, so
There's a lot of shit on vinyl these days. It's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I was in some store. They had this giant vinyl display.
Was it like American Eagle
Oh,
or Urban
were you in a
Outfitters or
bookstore?
something?
Yeah, it was like Barnes and Noble
Yeah.
or something.
Oh,
Yeah, I was in one. I think it was a Books A Million. I don't know why I was in a Books A Million, like Books 1,000. But yeah, they had a big display up the front with vinyl.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I
I
was
kind of
like-
want to buy
Well,
one.
I
It's
mean,
like,
that-
hey, this is
because
cool.
that's-
Wait, no.
because
No,
that's
it
where
is-
the music
Oh, I know.
stuff is going.
good.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's cool. I mean,
It's going to be like vinyl.
dude, the records I had, I love listening to them on there. I'm not going to claim to be some kind of audiophile, but like I love the sound of vinyl.
Dude,
I
you need to hear all the pops and scratches and that shit.
No, you don't even hear that if it's good. I mean, if
No.
It's Mr. Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something to it.
It's just warmer. Yeah, it's I don't know.
It's a different way of listening to something, and it's a way that I enjoy. I have a shitload of records that are sort of in storage right now that I very much looking forward to pulling out and playing.
I had a great old set. I mean, it wasn't anything super fancy, but I just think speakers sounded better. Like they were better quality, like in the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh, they were.
Yes. That is a fact.
They were not mass manufactured bullshit.
Yeah,
They're
I
actually
mean,
put together to last.
I've got some. I mean, it's like KLH or some brand. It's not even like a good brand, but it's something that was around for a long time. It was just a turntable and 2 speakers, and it was like a little built-in amplifier in it. And God, it just sounded.
But yeah,
really
but
good.
music industry, that's where it's gone. Is all records now, because it's like you can actually make a cool special edition of something and put all the stuff on it. And
like that
almost
Journey soundtrack. Did you see that today?
Almost every new record I see has a MP3 download code in it as well. So
that's fine.
it's like,
Best
we
of both
know
worlds.
you're going to listen to this shit. We know you want the digital version. So here it is. But also you're getting this sweet, like nice cover art, sometimes cool picture disc, a bunch of cool stuff.
Usually cool picture disc at this point.
A lot of them, yeah.
I can't wait till movies go that route and you get special editions of shit now. Because I mean, it's movies that have been traveling the same trajectory as CDs. Where CDs, it was like used to get a big ass booklet with like lyrics and all sorts of stuff in it, and then eventually it just became like a sleeve with the cover art on the front and then the back like with tiny microscopic type of who made this, and this,
Right, track listing and
production credits, and it was it became bullshit. It became just that delivery system for put this in your computer and rip it now.
Yeah.
That's all CDs are good for anymore. And I'm hoping that movies end up the same route, because Blu-rays are getting to the point where, you open it up, there's a fucking ad for something else inside.
Right.
And that's it.
Jeez, I think the last CD I bought was because I was like at a show. And I was like, it was a small enough band. I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to find this easily online, so I'll just buy it.
Get it while you can.
Yeah.
And that usually directly supports the
right,
artist.
exactly,
well.
that too.
Yeah.
So
I can't tell the last one I bought, and I own, freaking 1,000 that I bought in the 90s.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Nope.
But I'd like to go back to collecting vinyl. I like to.
Now's a good time to do it, really. I mean, or maybe not necessarily collecting vinyl, but
Just
like
getting the things I
buying
like to
stuff
hear,
on
yeah.
vinyl. Yeah.
I mean, 'cause at this point, I think
A lot of reissues are happening,
I was
too.
gonna say, I think at this point I've refined my palate enough. I'm like, man, I'd really like to hear that on vinyl. Like, I could just think like
Right.
albums that I love the whole album, not like.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, vinyl is really good for that sort of thing, and that's the way I like to listen to music anyway. Like, it's what I do is I buy full albums. I don't buy. I've never been into the individual song thing. So I like to buy full albums, and that's what I do with like Amazon MP3 and all the other stuff. And like on Spotify, I'll just listen to a whole album at once. And when there's a full album that you like
Kind of Blue.
Kind
It's
of
only
Blue.
$24 on Amazon.
Is it a reissue or?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's they're running about that price, like $19 for an LP, which is fairly good. But that's a good. It's a good way to listen to a full album, except the fact that you have to get up and flip it. But
Fades out in the middle, like an 8-track's supposed to.
But yes, I like vinyl.
Man, I Love Supreme's only $13. Holy
I've
shit.
been into vinyl for
I need to start
since
buying this
before
stuff.
all of the hipsters were into vinyl. Actually, I do own a jukebox, which is kind of cool.
Anywho,
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Where is that still
It's
at the house?
it's at Rachel's. I actually
Yeah.
have somebody who owns a not vintage clothing shop, but like vintage inspired clothing, and she's going to.
so fake
artisanal hand
So
spun
fake vintage clothing.
No, I mean they don't present it as vintage. It's just like styled like that, so it's
Yeah.
like greasers kind of era stuff.
These aren't antiques. These are new things. We just made them look really old.
It's like new old stock.
like
but
Old Navy.
Here's an iPhone, but we
threw
put
them
some
in
dust on it.
We threw it in the dryer with some rocks.
We actually just
Here.
we pre-makeup cake the earpiece, so it would look like you've been using it for a while.
But no, I mean they new vintage inspired clothing, not like new fake vintage clothing. And so she's actually interested in taking it for a shop, and has a friend who's all into restoring.
She doesn't want like a
jukeboxes and
new
stuff.
jukebox that looks like an old jukebox.
A new jukebox that we threw down the stairs.
Like one of those digital internet-based ones, but it looks like an old jukebox.
All of those always look like shit up close.
I know.
Ugh.
This is the one.
Which one?
Kind of Blue 50th anniversary set.
Jesus Christ, that's the LP that comes with like 9 CDs, 40 different versions.
What is that?
Yeah.
What is that like? What Kind of Blues, like Miles Davis.
Miles Davis,
Yeah.
AKA the best album ever recorded.
Yep, exactly.
One thing we completely and totally no bullshit agree on.
All right.
Only $75.
Oh, that's cheap.
It
Not
actually
at all.
is.
You know, it probably is.
For that set, it is.
I remember Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. The booklet was like a fucking novel.
Yeah.
Of course, they had to talk about 800 songs on that album, but
Sure. Yeah.
So, you got anything?
that was the
I saw
second
two
half.
movies.
Let's just
2
9105 Jocks BMF.
Now we got to read Scott's email. Come on now.
Okay, read that. Then I'll do the contact information, and we can just put the record talk on the second half.
All right.
It's 3 a.m. Let's
Yeah,
go.
don't worry. We'll,
It's totally not 3 a.m.
we'll bang it out.
You must be lonely.
We'll bang it out.
I don't have a lot to say.
I'm a dose.
Chuck, leave. Just leave. It's
Sweet.
No, don't leave. You can't. No, you can leave.
Finish your Red's Apple Ale and leave.
Yeah, you're too drunk to drive off of your three
Totally.
quarters.
I'm just fucking plowed off my shit.
Yeah, records are cool. You should buy them.
Totally.
The end.
Buy some records.
Sweet. All right, let's do an actual show.
Introducing is on.
Fucking record cast.
What?
Huh?
I don't know what they're doing over there.
That was good Patreon content.
I thought so. I think people are just going to pay us a lot of money for that.
Patreon tint.
I've
Yes.
said that like a million times.
We always
Who
say
did?
it every
You did?
every
Yeah.
week. It's a good word.
Rrr.
Man, only 21:45 for introducing. I might have to get that. Whose phone is?
Not me.
Yours is right next to the thing again.
I was hearing it in first half too, and mine was nowhere near the cord. So I don't know what's up with
Why
that.
don't you just put it on airplane mode and turn on Wi-Fi? That's what I do. Turn on Wi-Fi. And do everything you need except for get a phone call, which you can't take anyway.
I don't know. We've had some podcasts where people take phone calls.
Sometimes you
important.
have to.
Why do we make Chuck leave? Oh, you're right there. There's someone.
Because I told him to leave.
You just out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the camera. I'm playing Cypher for the audience here.
It's 3 a.m. You must be Chucky.
All right. Anyway. All right, and welcome back.
Hey, BMFcast.
Second half.
This is the second half of two halves.
Time when we talk more podcasts.
This is a talk of podcast where we make words about things.
Yep.
So I watched a couple of movies.
Congratulations.
I don't know how much I have to say about them, so this might be a short half.
Okay.
We'll see if you feel interested in conversing about either one of them. They're two very divergent movies from each other. Neither one of them is divergent. So.
Aw.
I watched Hot Tub Time Machine 2.
Oh,
Sweet.
Yeah, that was a movie. They
Yeah.
made that, right?
They did.
Yeah,
They
came
did
out.
make a movie called Hot Tub Time Machine.
So I seem to remember we did a little thing on it, and we kind of enjoyed Hot Tub Time Machine for what it was. We understood what they were going with and how there was a magical bar where the entire 80s lived, and we got it. Haha, nostalgia. Good times.
Waiting for Crispin Glover to get his arm ripped off.
We laughed. We had some laughs. Hot Tub Time Machine 2, there are still some funny bits in it, but man, is it just a weaker movie in every conceivable way possible. Like, there's still occasionally some funny shit that happens, but just overall, it's like one of those movies where, like, I didn't really think I was going to shut it off, but I just kind of kept going, why did they make this? Like, why is this a thing? Like, I guess I didn't realize that movie made as much money as it did. Like, it was just kind of one of those, like...
First one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it did really well, more better than I thought it did, but
Yeah.
I just thought that was like a movie. It was like, yeah, Hot Tub Time Machine, woohoo, like, it was done. This one, it seemed like to me, it seemed like a sequel just kind of out of left field. Like, I did not think it was popular enough to warrant a sequel.
I think that's you.
And it's weird. It's the same, like, director and producer
I think
and all
so,
that.
yeah.
And, like, Cusack, did they even address, like, hey, we never called this guy to come back?
I almost don't want to say, because,
Okay.
like, if there's something clever in it, it might be that. It's not that clever. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Like,
Okay.
there are things. Like,
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I don't know. I guess it's worth watching on, cable or something one day, or like
when it shows up on Netflix.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like one of those. I'm gonna start calling them like near zero effort movies. Like if you have a passing interest, it's fine. Just don't seek it out. Like that's. I think that's just gonna have to be a new thing I call something where it's just like I really wasn't even like gonna watch it until someone was like, hey, we got this, and you want to watch it? All right, I won't say no to a movie. You know. So whatever.
It's a good attitude.
Yeah,
Won't say no to a movie.
But then a movie I actually chose and did watch myself is I watched that HBO documentary. Was it Going Clear?
Going Clear.
Yeah, the Scientology thing. Anyone else?
Yeah, I
take
saw
of this. Okay. Did you talk about it or no?
We talked about it in a break because we were running long.
Okay. I must not have been in the room, but
yeah,
it's like it's strange because I think it's a movie I'm having a hard time forming an opinion about because I feel like. On the one hand, it feels like it's made to be controversial, but then at the same time, you're kind of watching it and like, there's a lot of this, like, I don't think they can make up. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, it feels like it's just like a movie that, like, we're drawing a line in the sand, you're fucking wrong, and we're going to show you all the ways that you're wrong. And so that's, you know, it's just kind of like a Michael Moore thing where it's like, well, you know, part of me wants to play devil's advocate, but like, I'm watching it and I'm like, there's not a lot of room to argue. There's hearsay where people are talking, and you're like, well, you have nothing to back this up. Yeah. So, you know, that's suspect. But, like, the videos they're showing and the way people are acting and things that they've captured on video where you can see it, it's like, it's pretty hard to spin that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just one of those things, like, I always thought, like, oh, those wacky space people are funny, aren't they? But, like, this is kind of, like, making it sound like, you know, pointing out, like, how maybe actually kind of evil and malicious they might be and, like, taking people really for a ride. So... it's definitely, I'd say it's worth watching. I mean, like I said, I tried to keep an open mind, and you know, as most documentaries tried to play a little bit devil's advocate because, you know, most documentaries are better when there's a clear black and a clear white to them. You know, like King of Kong plays like it does because, you know, they just paint Billy Mitchell to be this asshole, but I don't think he's as bad as that movie makes him appear.
No.
You know, and
No,
it's just, you know, when you have a clear antagonist, it makes everything, you know, feel more exciting. And this isn't presented like that. It's just kind of like a series of facts. You know,
kind of is.
Well,
yeah.
you know what I mean. Or not, you know, facts being up in the air for some of it, but I mean, you know, it's just kind of like we're not necessarily trying to tell a story. It's just like, here's a little bit about L. Ron Hubbard that they paraphrased for The Master. We all love that movie, and and then, you know, here's some shit after he died, and that's when it gets really wacky. Yeah, like when he was alive, it was just kind of like, this is all kind of stupid. I'm feeling like, how are these people buying into it? And then after he died, it's like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Like, this just became evil. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Like, I totally got that, you know, he was like, I don't want to work anymore. How can I never work again? I'll just make up a religion and everyone will give me their money and I'll, you know, that'll do it.
Right.
And it was kind of charming that he was just like, now I have a Navy and we're going to sail around and we're going to do dumb shit. And it's just like, okay, whatever you fuckheads want to believe, I don't care.
Yeah.
But then, like, when he dies and the other psycho comes in who's like, has to put on a face like he hardcore believes all this stuff that was totally made up, and they have like these Nazi gatherings of just huge celebrations of fire and flags and gold everywhere. You're just like,
wait, fire, flags, and gold?
Yeah.
I'll be back.
I mean, it's frightening. And when they start talking about how much money they have, I'm convinced they're going to buy nukes at some point. They're just going to be like, we got fucking nukes.
Yeah.
Say something about us now. We got nukes.
We got fucking nukes.
I mean,
Put up your fucking
the
nukes.
numbers that they're throwing around in this movie are kind of scary because it was like saying something like there's only something like 50,000 active members.
Yeah.
But like how many millions, if not billions, of dollars they have, and it was like, how the fuck does that happen?
Yeah.
Like,
They
Do you
fleeced
know-
a bunch of very rich
no.
motherfuckers.
Believe me, I watched 2 straight hours of how it all works.
Yeah. And then they took the billions that they fleeced off of those people and invested it in real estate all over the place and made another bazillion dollars.
Yeah. It's just it's all kind of scary. I mean, like I said, I tried to like keep that open mind of, you know, it's a documentary. I don't know how much I can believe it because that, you know, that used to mean something and now it doesn't. But yeah, it's just kind of like hard to argue with a lot of what you're clearly seeing on the screen and is clearly happening, and the way people are acting like fucking psychopaths.
I thought the video clip evidence was stronger than the testimonial stuff because for a lot of that stuff, they're showing you clips of all these people who have since left being evil, lying shitheads during their stay in Scientology, and then we're supposed to believe that, oh, now that they're out, now what they're saying is the truth. I mean, it's like, it's hard, you know, who else are you going to talk to about it?
Yeah,
but
I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of a fascinating watch, and I understand why everyone's talking about it. Like I said, I just tried to grain of salt it, and it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. I kind of saw some irrefutable shit going on here. So, but yeah, it's a little long at 2 hours. I mean, right at like 120 minutes. So, but they cover a lot of stuff. I probably spent at least 45 minutes on the time L. Ron Hubbard was alive. So,
Yeah.
which, like I said, it's like, wow, I didn't know all of this crazy. I just thought like the Master was like very loosely based on what he did.
Nope.
No, it's like okay.
Very specifically based on what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea what the dude did. You know, I just thought he was a science fiction writer. That's about it.
Yeah. Man, how about that Tom Cruise, huh?
Yeah,
That fucker's crazy.
he might be crazy.
He still makes good movies.
He does, and that's why he gets a pass. But man, there are clips of him just wearing giant ass medallions and just being like, "I am the supreme overlord of the universe," and everyone's just like, "Fuck yeah!" It's just like, wow, this is frightening.
See, like I could maybe get it if I had tons of disposable income. I could maybe get into like the fun Scientology crap.
I don't think there's a fun Scientology.
No, I mean pre.
the Tom
like,
Cruise
let's
level.
watch this movie, BJ, before you make any life changes.
No. I'm not saying like no. Well, I don't have nearly the money.
Okay.
I'm not
That doesn't stop a lot of people.
I'm not the
apparently.
income bracket that they're looking for.
Oh, they'll
'cause,
take you.
Like
Oh yeah,
They will gladly take you.
they can have 10% of the like $7 I have left over after bills. That's
they'll
fine.
take your artisanal jukebox and yep.
No, they will not. My golden dance. But I mean, like crazy Navy days.
Yeah.
Like let's wear let's wear captain's hats and be goofy and read science fiction
I
novels.
think you need to watch this movie. It's not. There's no. I don't think there's any
You gotta
crazy.
understand, that's
fun-
not the thing anymore. It
I know.
used to be that thing. It's not that thing anymore.
Right. I understand that. I would if I had the tons of disposable income and the ability to do like the crazy Navy like science fiction books thing, that would be cool.
Okay.
This shit
Yeah,
like
no.
Current
day, this
Absolutely
is not the same fun good time that
I just need to start my own crazy Navy.
Did you watch
cult.
the same movie? I don't think there's any crazy
I'm
fun good
just
time.
saying in comparison.
Oh,
They
okay.
went out and they had missions and they did stuff and they just floated around because no one wanted them and that seemed neat. And now they're sitting on $1 bazillion and having laser light shows.
They show up in my Twitter feed as promoted tweets about, hey, Scientology's not that bad. Check it out.
God.
If you have to say our crazy religion based on bad
Well,
science
it's
fiction novels is
Scientology.
not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's the same
Scientology.
It's the same thing
Dominoes.
SeaWorld is doing.
It's not
Yeah.
Scientology.
Yeah.
SeaWorld's doing the exact same thing where they're like,
Dominoes.
listen, we're like,
But they're
Shamu's unhappy, but the rest are really happy.
they're in
Everything
super
else
damage
is
control
super
mode, though.
happy.
The Scientology people aren't in damage control. They're just like, we need more people.
Yeah.
Because we've fleeced everybody we've got. But like the
But
thing
Tom
that
Cruise makes a $20 million movie
and he
every
gives
like
19
8
million
months.
of it to Scientology. That's why they keep going. But the one thing the guy said in that documentary that really kind of nails it is that you ask anyone about their bullshit religion, and 99% of them will be able to sum it up in 30 seconds or less, and you can get the gist of it. Like, okay, yeah, I can see that. You ask a Scientologist to explain what they believe. You are never going to get a 30-second concise like, oh, okay, yeah.
Well, also
and
because
is
you're
it-
not allowed to know.
Yeah,
Right.
Isn't the furthest level or whatever is the South Park stuff that
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
the
nobody is
beginning
supposed
of
to
the
know.
second tier of their crazy bullshit.
They had to invent another tier,
Yes,
right?
because too many people
Too
were
many
hitting
people-
the top
yeah.
tier.
Yeah.
Oh, so they raised the
Scientology.
level cap.
Scientology.
Right.
It's the
Yeah.
Amway of religions.
Right.
Wait, so
It's
they had to
Scientology.
put out an expansion because
Yes.
that's
Yes.
the level
An
cap.
expansion.
Yes,
pack.
Okay.
it's an expansion pack.
Yeah, the Lich King expansion for
Yeah.
Scientology.
Yeah, then now you're a level 90 elite.
Yeah. They
Teton
raised the level
chieftain.
cap. That's what they
Teton-
did.
And if you pre-order with a whole bunch of money,
Right,
they just
yeah.
put you right
You
at
get
the
access
level
to that
cap.
stuff
You can
as
get
soon
well,
as you
yeah,
come
you can get
out.
the elite edition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now
Comes with a
now
stamp.
I
Comes with a hat and a,
now I
and
understand
a boat
Scientology
and a
completely.
Okay, good.
nuclear weapon. I guess.
Yes.
Now you can engage in the raid of Lord of Xenu.
Right.
Raids of Xenu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that.
Raids of
LFG
Xenu.
Xeno Run.
That's it, yeah.
There's a guy at the shop keeps asking for 25 thetans.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Bring me 25 thetans. Again? I'm so sick of
Just
farming
gave
thetans.
you 25 thetans. God damn it.
Achievement unlocked. Clear.
So yeah, I'm gonna I'll have to watch that one.
Yeah, I need to
because
watch
it's on
it,
HBO Go, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is.
It's worth a watch. It
Okay.
really is.
Or HBO Now if you feel that
Ah,
way.
yep.
Yeah.
I have Go, so I'll stick with that for now.
Cool.
Yeah, I finished Daredevil.
All right.
That season's pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty solid season. It's it starts out really strong, and doesn't quite sustain it, I think, as well as like those first couple episodes do. But and then it's interesting at the end that they're willing to make such permanent status quo changes near the end of it, where it's like, all right, okay, like I thought you were setting up something different than what you've set up here. So it's interesting in that regard. But yeah, I think it's well worth watching. I mean, it was definitely, for my money, way better than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ever was. Because I had to bail on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for being way too dull. But Daredevil hit me in the right place, I guess. So I'd recommend it. I don't think I loved it.
I'd say
as
watch
much.
both because it's fucking superhero shows on network TV, or one's on Netflix, but just the fact that these exist. I mean,
That's all it's on TV now. There's more of
good.
them.
Good.
not saying it's
One
a
day
bad
we'll be
thing.
back to crime procedurals and bullshit I don't care about.
It's just weird how there's so
Good.
many of these things now.
Yeah.
And so far, I've enjoyed pretty much all of them. I mean, it's sad that I think Gotham is my least favorite, which is to say that I still like it, but it's my least favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Daredevil's good. They did a good job with it. I think they stayed very true to all the characters in the ways they needed to, and found the right actors to portray them. So I think it's definitely worth checking out, and I'm glad to hear that there's going to be a second season.
Yep.
So you guys want some emails? Since we don't really seem to have anything else to talk about this week, light week. Ragging on a religion for a bit.
Sure, it's
Let's
fun.
move on.
We'll just get all the hate mail all around.
Well,
yeah, I'm
Turtles
sure,
and Scientology.
I'm sure we have a really significant.
I don't think
that religion, I think we can.
Yeah, after our Battlefield
I
Earth
think they can
episode,
handle it. They've got a
all the
bazillion.
Scientologists,
Yeah, that's true. Probably
they bailed on
already
us.
Banned us. Yeah, sorry. I mean, not sorry, but
Sorry, not sorry.
All right, this one is from Scott from Dallas, who this email is entitled "Craziness." Said, I believe you talked about people who won't watch movies from before they were born. It drives me crazy, and I remember it drives you crazy. I once knew someone who wouldn't watch any movie in black and white, including things made in their lifetime, like Schindler's List. But I found something that tops them all. I recently discovered my 30-year-old brother-in-law refuses to watch movies from before 1998.
What?
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
He
you
claims
can't watch
that bad effects, payphones, and old cars completely pull him out of the movie.
Wait, hold on.
Among-
Payphones?
Yes, completely pull him out of the movie, among other things, but those are the craziest parts to me. He's never seen Jurassic Park, never seen Aliens, never seen Terminator, never seen Empire Strikes Back, etc., etc. He's seen all the Star Wars prequels, though. Fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. Had to tell someone. This is insanity. I don't know how I'd handle someone like that.
I would not
'cause-
talk to
'cause-
them about movies.
To me, they have to me that just shows a complete lack of imagination.
I think
to
you
be like,
just-
oh,
you-
it's a payphone. This is stupid. This doesn't make any sense.
you just got to disconnect. Just walk away from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I after I saw this email, I had to write him on Twitter. I just said, that person is a monster.
Yes.
Straight up monster. And he's like, yeah, he's a really nice guy in every single aspect except that, which, yes, he is a monster.
If he was a family member and I had to interact with him on some regular basis, I would have to tell him flat out, don't ever talk to me about movies. I will punch you in the face. Just whatever
Let's
this weird
talk
thing.
politics instead.
Exactly. Anything else, I don't care. Let's whatever you want to hash out, let's do it. But
I'm thinking politics now, because I mean, anyone that shuts off anything, like anyone that makes it arbitrary, like I won't do something from this time, is generally going to be pretty close-minded about everything. So really, you just want to talk about like the weather. And not like weather patterns or climate change, just weather. Like,
About the current weather.
Like the current weather happening right now. I'm just saying, like anyone who says like I don't listen to music before this or I don't listen to this kind of music, just straight up across the board. That's just a form of bigotry. I mean, it's like I will not do this because it's this thing. That's stupid. I mean, that's just being closed-minded for an arbitrary reason.
how do you pick that cutoff?
I don't know.
You were alive before 1998.
Yeah.
How do you decide? Nah, stuff in my own lifetime. Nah, like
know.
what? I don't know.
Well, and there,
He's
and there
right,
are
the
plenty
person's
of
a
movies
monster.
that have no effects whatsoever. But if you see an old car in a movie, like, does that make National Lampoon's Vacation any less funny because it's an old station wagon?
What about like Captain America: The First Avenger?
Yeah, I was going to say, what about period pieces?
Yeah.
Like, okay, say what you will about period pieces. Some of them are good.
There's a lot of them.
I didn't say anything bad about the period.
No, I'm talking to the
Yeah,
audience.
like watching
okay.
an amazing Western.
Yeah, like that may have been made this year. Like if there's an amazing Western made about 1868 Colorado. What now, motherfucker?
Yeah. Will he see the new Tarantino movie?
Did he see
When is that
Django
one
Unchained?
Yeah. I mean,
Or did you see Inglourious Bastards? Because these are all things that take place before 1990.
I mean, did someone tell him it might have modern music in
We know
it
he didn't
because
see-
Tarantino's a weird ass soundtrack selector? And
we
he was
know
like,
he
okay.
didn't see Pulp Fiction because that was
At 94, yeah. So he had to see
Oh,
Pulp
yeah.
Fiction.
Has a phone booth in it.
Yeah, I just.
And a car.
I guess what I can't see is voluntarily
Has a house phone,
going.
too.
I'll never watch this thing that everyone says is good.
if you're doing it as like some kind of social experiment, like it could be interesting. If you're like, I'm only going to watch, something like I'm going to make a strange criteria, and it's just because like when I come back around to the other stuff, it'll be like, holy crap, But that would be different. But like just saying I'm quote unquote never going to watch. I mean, I guess the other thing is how old is this person? Because
30, he said.
30. Okay, yeah,
Fuck you.
probably a lost cause. Because like usually you grow out of weird shit like that, like like music,
Fucking
like music you thought was music when you were
Utes.
13. You're probably embarrassed that you bought. I'm just throwing that out there as a generality. Like you probably like hide some things like China, like I bought that.
I mean, I'm fascinated when I go back and watch older movies, and I'm talking about 70s and 80s movies, not old movies, but like how many movies could not be done now simply because cell phones exist. But it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
It's just fascinating to me that
Yeah, it's not
90% of the movie's problems could have been solved if a character had a cell phone, like much of the X-Files, like you always talk about.
Yeah.
It's
How do they do the X-Files now?
yeah, it's
Because you get a signal everywhere. You can
Right.
call anybody whenever you want.
yes, exactly. So
Well, aliens could zap the phone.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, whatever.
Still.
You can do that. But like, I think I even made like a cell phone joke in the first half about this.
yeah, the
this
turtles didn't
particular
have cell
medium.
phones; they had a payphone.
Yeah.
Shell phone.
Yeah, cellular.
They were
But
taking pictures of
it
themselves
doesn't
with them.
bother
They
me.
were taking selfies.
Yeah. Ha, good one. I like it. But like that, how does that bother you that they didn't have that technology back then? You understand that. It's like they didn't have airplanes back in the 1860s. Well, if they had an airplane back in the cowboy days, they could have done anything they want. They wouldn't have had to worry about it. This movie's stupid.
I want to see this guy in high school
0 stars.
taking a history class, just being a conscientious objector. It's like, no, I will not learn this. I will not listen to your lies. La la la. Civil War? Nah.
I just
Cell phones, please. Show me
wanna
history
see
with an
this guy.
iPod, and I will listen to it. I mean, I'm sorry to go off on this guy, but seriously, fuck this guy.
Yeah. And I mean, you think about something like Aliens. Like, I can't think of any effects in that movie that are bad. Like I'm racking my brain. Like, Alien, the only thing is at the very end when they're firing the engines on it, and it just looks kind of goofy.
Sure.
Well, except you've got the old school like terminal windows and things like
Yeah.
that. Would that be offensive?
Yeah, I don't know. But I think about like Aliens, and I can't think of any cheesy effects in that movie.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's like, oh god, because I mean, even like the not rear projection, but the what do they call it when they have like the depth of field thing that makes a room look way bigger than it is? The way they've done the matte painting.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
There's a lot of shots
matte
like
paintings.
that. Yeah, where like you can't even tell
Yeah.
that these guys are in front of a matte painting that's got like this room looks freaking 500 yards deep, and yet it's only like a 10 by 20 room or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, how do you handle a movie that came out before your cutoff that takes place strictly in the future?
if it doesn't look like
If it doesn't look like current future?
version of the future, then I guess it's down the toilet.
Yeah.
What about books?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
what about
motherfucker read
books?
a book? Read a book.
Yeah, and like 96. Does he not watch The Rock now?
I can't
like
imagine
is The
someone
Rock
not
garbage,
watching The Rock.
but Armageddon's fine? I mean, let's think about this for a minute.
Yeah.
Why, like, that cutoff
When
point,
was
too.
Con Air? Like, was
When
that
did the
after
core
97?
When did
Yeah.
the core?
Core's fine.
Core,
It was
yeah, the core
99.
came out after, so he's totally fine.
I think it was that 99. No, it was in 2000.
Oh, Core was in like
2003.
2003.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
At least he can watch the core.
You watch the
Well,
core.
our
you
most
can watch
important
the day
movie
after tomorrow.
of this
I'm more worried about
century.
like what we actually be considered classics. Like this person's never. I mean, if they stick by their rules, never going to see Godfather. They're never going to see Star Wars. They're never
Yeah,
going to see.
he's seen
Oh
all the
my
Star
God.
Wars prequels.
I mean,
You get all the shitty Star Wars.
well, okay,
That's
well,
your fucking punishment.
maybe he can
Fuck
watch
you,
the
buddy.
special editions. Maybe he's a special edition apologist because they came out in what, like
97.
Oh yeah,
No,
Didn't
no,
make the cutoff.
No. But those movies, it's like an album reissue.
Oh okay.
Well, we would have
Does he
to,
not listen to music before
No Goodfellas.
1999 or whenever his dumb arbitrary
No,
cutoff?
no Casablanca.
If someone raps about a payphone, does it just instantly throw the
Right.
cassette out the window?
Or-
He wouldn't have a cassette.
I just. I mean, I think about my dad when he watches movies, which is very rarely. But with him, all it takes is one thing that he thinks is out of place or character motivation that doesn't work or something. He's like, "This is dumb. Why am I watching this? This is stupid." And I just assume this guy has that same attitude, except it's
There's a payphone.
even more arbitrary. It's like, payphone. What the fuck is that thing? Click. Despite being 30 years old. And I'm sorry, but if you're 30, you've seen a payphone. You know what they were for. You know
Yes.
that people used them before they had cell phones.
You lived on this planet during
Yeah.
the time of payphones. I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So yes, in conclusion, we agree with you. That guy's a monster.
Yes.
I'm sorry he's your in-law, and you'll have to keep seeing him.
Just never never talk about
Yeah,
movies.
that's-
You got to find something.
Just work on a divorce from however he's.
Or kill
It's the only option.
Yeah, it's the only option.
Yeah, it's the only option.
Nuke the site from orbit.
Yep.
Kill him.
No.
No.
No. Stop it.
I'm advocating murder. You
No,
guys,
I am not.
What I'm advocating is
Murder.
ease him back. Show him the rock and be like, "This is from '96.
ease him back to a cliff.
Just
and
tell
then
him it's from
shove him
98.
off of it.
Just start telling them
Yeah.
everything is from
That's
98.
it. Lie.
Yeah.
Lying solves all
Yes.
the problems.
Aliens. That came out
As
in,
usual.
Oh, it was in January of '98.
Yeah,
so
it's right on the cusp, but it'll be okay. There's no payphones in it.
all three of those original Star Wars movies. It was February '98. They just put them all out same time. That's what you do. You just start lying to them and saying
Yeah.
that's when these came out.
Yeah.
God, that means there's people on this planet who prefer CG Yoda to actual puppet Yoda, and it just
Yeah, I know. I know.
But to be
Backwards they
fair,
are thinking.
to be fair, the episode 1 puppet was kind of fucking terrible.
yeah, it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
That puppet was like a stand-in. We're not going to do any better. All
It
right.
looked like Yoda had been on meth because his
Yeah.
eyes were just I'm extra wide.
Honestly, I think
Up
that's
for
one of
days
those-
I've been.
That's one of those cases where I think just those guys have been out of the game for so long that they were
Yeah.
just how do we make a puppet that works, that looks good?
Yeah. Who makes puppets?
Yeah. It's kind of I almost went. At first I wondered that about the new Star Wars movie, and then they showed that goddamn robot they made.
Yeah.
Oh my God! When that thing rolled out on stage,
Yeah.
I almost cried.
Yeah. It's pretty
I was so
impressive.
happy to see and that wasn't even a Star Wars
Hey,
thing.
let's all stop crying with the Star Wars thing, please.
No.
No,
Tears.
Yeah.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. But
Making jokes.
But that thing's amazing, and it's practical.
Yeah.
And I love that
I'm
they
just
made it
amazed that
small
there's
enough so there's no doubt. There's no fucking dude.
What's
in this
amazing
thing.
is for $200 or $300 you can make one.
I'm amazed that
They're going to sell them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
that kind of fucking thing exists in our world. I don't give a shit about the Star Wars connections.
Yeah.
Even yes, okay, it's
You can
really
go
cool.
make one. Go make one.
But I'm just amazed that
All
you
right.
can with the head that turns
Yeah.
you can do with the thing.
Yeah, it's just
It's
and that's the thing that would have been. It probably would have been just fine to have that as a CG effect, but somebody said, "Let's just fucking build this thing." And
30 years ago, it would have been a guy crammed into a hamster ball.
Just paddle.
yeah, and they would have had a track on the ground with a magnet or something
Yeah,
dragging
there
it.
you go.
Smear the lens so you couldn't see any of that
Yep.
shit. Yeah, old movies suck.
Yeah, they're the worst. Why would you want those?
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Stupid Wookiee.
Yeah,
Okay. Is that it?
yeah. Let's cut that off. We went long in the first half for sure.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we had a lot of content.
we did
Yeah.
for all our Patreon subscribers.
Also penis.
What?
How about
Huh?
what? What's going to come out of that?
I don't want to know. No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Back on track. BMFcast.com is the website. There's
Wait. What are we doing?
We're done,
we need,
right?
Well, no, we need a, if we're going to cut somewhere, we need a transition. So it's not
No,
just
we
we're
got-
talking and all of a sudden, how about we get some contact information?
I guess we could do that. So, BMFcast.com is the website. On the right-hand side, there's a bunch of buttons that leads to all our social stuff. Give us an email at bmf@bmfcast.com. Or give us a call on the Garfield phone, the BMFcast hotline, 910-5JOCKS-BMF, 910-556-9263. Do all the social things. Like us on the Facing Books, and subscribe, rate, review in the iTunes. Do those things. Make us happy. check out our Tumblr if you can find it.
It's a good idea. Check out all of our Tumblrs.
Yes.
Yeah, we actually own Tumblr, so
We do.
Right.
Yes.
We are Yahoo.
Yeah.
We're for Yahoos. All right, let's get out of here, shall we?
Yes.
Please.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm Yahoo.
I'm Chuck.
And this is BMFcast out.
BMFcast.
Actually, I have been trying to get in the habit of posting like just reblogging stuff on the BMFcast Tumblr. So
something of
Ooh.
I did. Yeah.
Very nice.
Wait, you have a Tumblr?
Yeah, smarmyjerkface.tumblr.com.
Oh.
How the hell?
There's a lot of puppies on it.
I gotta figure out how this Tumblr thing works.
Goes back to my buddies thing.
How does this Tumblr thing work? I don't even know.
It's a micro blog.
I'm the queef, and I want to know how Tumblr works.
I have no idea how this Tumblr thing works.
Tumblr is...
Does it hurt?
Yes.
You roll around.
I'll tumble for you. I'll tumble for you.
I know you will.
I'll tumble for you.
I'm a Chameleon. That's a good song. Love that song.
Tumblr is a... basically, it's a...
It's for
Short
animated
form-
GIFs and social justice.
short form... it's a short
be
form
both?
blog
Yes, it can.
format.
Yeah. Oh, it's super short. Like if someone writes a blog longer than a tweet, people get upset.
Wait, so does-
Some people
does it
write
have to
some
be
like
s-
real
No, I
like
know.
blog post links.
Does
but
it have to be an animated GIF
No,
and social justice?
no.
Oh, okay.
Either or both.
Okay.
There's
So it's like
also
this
there's also a
conversation-
big Tumblr porn community.
Oh, okay.
Oh my.
There's
I-
all the porn.
I
on
was having a conversation with someone the other day, and they were like, "Are innuendo and double entendres the same thing?" And I was like, "No."
No.
I was like, "One can be both, but they don't have to be exclusive."
A double entendre is usually a pun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas
Like
innuendo
innuendo.
is just like, hey,
It can-
you want a bone? It's a rather direct innuendo.
well, I was like, one could be the other, but the other one doesn't have to be the other. And they're like,
Yeah.
"What?" And I was like, "All right, well,
Look it up.
words, yeah,
Look it up, you shithead.
yeah."
Silly people.
Google.
But yeah, I mean, Tumblr is like whatever you make of it. It's really like
It's
weird.
like Zombocom.
Yes,
Sweet.
You can you can almost do everything on Tumblr, but like, you follow blogs that post things that are interesting. It's like Twitter in the macro.
All right.
It's like macro Twitter.
Yeah, it's like Twitter.
macro Twitter,
Twitter without a character limit.
Macrosoft.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I could just hit a series of keys on my keyboard and things will just randomly come up on the screen.
That is usually what happens when you hit a series of keys on your keyboard.
Cool. Well, I meant like a macro, like it's macro Twitter.
Yes, yes. You have to program your macro first.
Okay, cool.
And then you can run your macro.
Like Alt Shift T for Tumblr, and some things will come up on my screen.
Right.
The cat can see me from here.
Are
me
we
out.
still on the air?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Hi.
Tumblr lessons.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the
we're
chat.
we're
so-
still on the air, so we're
right.
signing off now because
Good night, everyone.
we've been stupid.
Good night.
Farewell.
Tumble
Peace
well.
out.
We're
Thanks
done
for
being
joining us
stupid.
for April O'Neil presents Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The final
Presents
installment.
April presents April Fuels presents Kid and Playpro.
Right. All done.
Brought to you by
Dominic.
BMFcast.
Coming next week, the month of May.